Felicitations, my family of fledglings. And ghosts, it's so good to unsee you as well. Welcome to another time zone with yours truly, Damien Halme, professional disruptor. How you doing? How's your weekend going so far? It's halfway done for some of us. But here we are, tonight, streaming more games like Myst. So peak. Your weekend's so peak? Can you tell me more? I want to know why you have a peak weekend and how I can get one of those too, please. No, weekend's been pretty good. Here's the number one reason why. It's not because I'm wearing colors, although I'm wearing colors. And you can see, if you go to Printful... Wait, what's the website? Hang on. Is it... I think it's my name first. Is it... Do I just have a... Oh my gosh, I can't type. Hello. I hear a kit. Why can't I type in QWERTY anymore? I used to be able to do this. I hate this so much. What is my... Oh, no. That's right. .me. Is that right? If you go to... Can I shout myself out? You are so early. So am I. Which is weird. Can I do exclamation point merch? It does. It does. Oh, I'm so happy. Ugh, I'm eating my own hair. Is this one not attached? I thought every hair that enters my face is attached. That one is attached. Oh my gosh. This merch right here. This is on. If you go to damien.printful.me, printful with one L, printful.me, damien.printful.me. You can see the link in chat. You can own my merch too, and it's comfy. That's the big thing. Well, I wanted two things really. I wanted to be able to say I have merch that has sustainability in mind, and it's not like exploiting sweatshops in Southeast Asia to make a t-shirt ad hoc. And some companies, I think they just exist to reach the bottom line as fast as they possibly can by exploiting as many people as they can. The younger, the better. The more disenfranchised, the better. The American dollar making waves in their country, the better. And I don't know if that's always the best idea. I went with Printful because I feel like they were more ethical of choice, and darned if their shirts aren't actually also comfy too. I'm not saying this like go buy my shirt. I'm just telling you I'm wearing a shirt that I made through this company, and it is comfy, and I'm happy with that. You don't have to buy my stuff to wear my name and my designs and stuff, but it's there as one other option to support the household. And I'm glad I went with them, because I didn't think the proofs I was going to get were necessary. I just thought they were going to... I didn't even know how they were going to look. You know, was the print going to be good? The print is good. Even on my old camera, which we have a donation goal for, some of you can see, to have a new camera. You can see on the old camera, the design's good. It's high quality. It's there. It's all the art that I designed personally myself. That is Durga, goddess of destruction. She's there doing her thing on this particular shirt. You don't have to get it in this color. There are several colors you can get this particular shirt in. But yeah, even if you don't buy the merch, just be happy that I found merch that's comfy. I could fall asleep wearing this shirt, even in Georgia heat, because it's soft and I like it. We're playing Obduction, not abduction, Obduction tonight, by the makers of Myst, Cyan Games. Yeah. I'm peak. I'm okay. I try my best. Honestly, I do feel like it's hard for me to accept. I don't know if it's imposter syndrome or if I've spent so much of my life self-deprecating, but in the last 2 or 3 years, so many people have said this stream slaps like a big stream. It feels like a big stream. It feels like this is a guy who streams to 1,000 viewers every day, and he streams 5 days a week, which I don't. And he's just got those vibes, and he's got that good personality, and he's presentable, he's media trained, all that thing. Uh, I'm getting the positive vibes from people that we're doing a good thing. We're making a good show. I am a good figurehead for internet content creation sort of stuff. I wouldn't say I'm peak at my game. There are plenty of people who are younger and prettier and maybe more coherent than I am over the course of their stream. Oh, I'm pretty fucking coherent though, except when I'm super tired. But I sort of like the position we're in right at this moment. I know that at some point I do want to make this into something pretty big, but for now that it is small, Rose Troa. While we are still small, I'm happy to feel like this is maybe the best small stream out there. And if there's a better streamer than me who has similar audience metrics, let me know, because I want to learn from them. I was gonna say I want to steal their show ideas. No, I want to learn from them and see if I can be even better, so that us small timers can become big timers. I don't want to be internet famous per se, but I do want to be internet sustainable of paying my bills. That's pretty much it for starters. We'll start there. Yeah. No Gandalf tonight. I still started late. I did. I started maybe 20 minutes late? How late was I? I wasn't extremely late though. So that makes me very happy. The kiddos actually wound down a little bit in time for bed. They don't have school tomorrow, so that's good. So if they stay up but can stay up unmonitored, it's probably a good thing. And that let me and Oz start roughly on time. Yeah, it's been awful. It's been awful trying to get myself to be here right on the time I said I would. But if I add an extra hour, I don't know. Then I have to be up an extra hour or cut my streaming hours even shorter or less every week, and that sounds even worse. I barely get to see you guys as it is. Although in Discord, we've been popping off, so appreciate that. If you're not part of the Discord community, go do that thing. We don't capture your email addresses or anything or cyberstalk you. It's just good, degenerate fun, because why not? Boa noite, essa blusa é linda demais. I don't know all of that, I'm sorry to say. What can you translate for yourself? Also, it's good to see a newbie. How are you doing? I am not coherent like ever. That's okay. It's only important if you need to be coherent, if it's part of your job or a relationship demand. Hopefully not. Coherency is overrated. I agree. Sometimes being incoherent is fun. You just say stuff and you look hard at your listener and be like, you get what I mean, right? I said a bunch of bullshit stream of conscious random words that don't make any logical sense, but you get my vibe, right? And maybe they do. Maybe they do. Oh my God, I used to be a community manager for a game. Oh, really? Neat. I used to be an unpaid, a volunteer, I guess it would be a better way to say it, volunteer guide for a very famous internet game. Good stuff. And I made a title I could gift to players called Internet Famous, which was low-key a way to make fun of them, but they loved it. Is it because they were being extra, or like how did you deem somebody worthy of earning the title Internet Famous? Rod, hello, hello. I told Oz to give you my best. I would rather that you did what you just did right now, which is come into my stream and say that you're giving me your best here and now. I'm giving you my best. Rod, how is everything in the household? Your new-ish place of residence, hanging your hat, enjoying the good times, hopefully setting up everything the way you want it to, decor, any new paints or anything, renovations. I hope you're in your happily ever after phase right now. I really do. You deserve it. Rich and famous? No, I just want to be able to pay my bills. Honestly though, yeah. Well, the thing is, if somebody said, "Hey, I can make you rich and famous tomorrow," am I going to say, "No, I don't want that"? No, well, it depends. If they say all you need to do is be a shill for this evil orphan mashing machine industry and sell their products 10 times a day and we'll make you super famous. There are reasons why being rich and famous is not in my purview, but I guess I should say my first goal is at least to just pay the bills, which we are not right now. We are not paying we're paying the bills, but for how long? Basically. Yeah. But if we get to the point where we start to be sustainable, that's all I care for. If we get to sustainability, I'm done. I won the internet, because the internet and ads and viewers are officially sustaining our household, and that means that I've given them something worthwhile, and everybody says you are worthwhile enough to exist, and that would be enough to make me happy. If we start to earn more than that, if I start to move toward rich and famous and away from just sustained, we'll start hiring other people and pay them big fat loot, big money for helping us out. Because I feel like the world, or especially our country, underpays, underappreciates, and puts people in a survival mode, a survival mechanic for as much of their lives as they possibly can, forcing us all in this sort of state of all I want to do is clock out of my job, go home and decompress, and see if I can reset my brain, reset my emotions, gain enough energy and enough wherewithal that tomorrow I can clock back in and not have a mental breakdown, not go postal, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I just want to be able to pay my bills. I feel that so hard. Yes, exactly. I say, good evening. Your shirt is beautiful. Mentioning your merch. Yeah, I don't often mention my merch. I don't often mention things in ways that you can monetize through us. The Discord server does have subscriptions. I have a Patreon. I have a coffee or whatever it's called, and I do have the merch as well, which I'm currently wearing. There are ways to do this outside of just watching the stream and donation methods through the stream. But what I really want to get to is a place where the numbers and the sheer volume of people we reach is such that the companies that want to show advertisements and do sponsorships and all that they pay for my household's well-being, so that I'm not asking people to do it. Unless you happen to be just sitting on a wealth of just a dragon's hoard of money, and you're like, wow, I'd really like to find streamers who are cogent and high empathy and want to make a change in this world and develop people's minds deeply and critically think, question reality, and break the status quo. And I found Damian Hallman. He's really great at that. And we're just going to give him $1 million a year. So for the rest of his working life, so that he can continue to create content in that avenue. Those people are fine. If you're like an oil baron and you're just sitting on that kind of money, trust fund baby, and you really want to fund this show. But I'd really love for corporations and ads and all that kind of stuff to sort of run our household more than asking anybody else to like donate and give and help, because you all need that money for other stuff. I need that money for other stuff. So I think you do too. Most of you. Yeah. I told Oz when you weren't online. Oh, okay. House is going well. Been there almost a year. Excellent. Yeah. I'm so happy for you guys. You are my after work decompress on the Monday and Tuesday of my work week. I love that. I really do. I think that's great. That the fact that that your work schedule and us coincide or co-align in such a way that you jump in at the height of the most nope days that you could have. I think for most people, coming back after the weekend, starting a brand new week, it's always the roughest patch. A lot of people say Wednesday's like the hump day, but to me, the Monday and Tuesday of your week are even harder somehow, because Wednesday's like you just have to find the energy to make it through the midpoint of the week. But Monday and Tuesday, you're like bootstrapping a little bit more. You came back from a weekend where you were more you than you've ever been, and maybe having fun, feeding into yourself, your relationship, your pleasures, your personal interests, and then you have to go back and shill for more money because you're running out. So that makes Mondays especially really hard. So if we're here for your Monday of your work week, good shit. I hope it's worth it. Yeah. I have $1.25 and no bank account, so I couldn't buy merch if I wanted to. $1.25. Please hang on to those. Keep them safe in case you need them. And I hope you're able to cover all your needs. Scrooge McDuck needs to be a Damian Hallman fan. Let's find that fucking Scrooge, right, Theris? That's what I'm talking about. We don't need any of you to be regular subscribers, purchasers of stuff, donators, secret behind the scenes, passing us donations, some of which I do add to. Where's the donation thing? Down here for those of you that are watching on Landscape. We don't need all of that to happen, and we would ask you to back off if we could. Right now we can't ask you to back off, but we would if we found one good Scrooge McDuck, one good person that's like, I have a lot of capital and I'm looking to invest in two beautiful streamers with two beautiful children who are looking to change the world in their own way. And I like their mindset. That's all they really need. I'm not looking to get 1 million to 5 million subscribers. I would honestly be fine with 5,000 subscribers, now to 5,001. One of them. That's less than, what's 1 out of 5,000? That's less than 0.1%, right? Isn't it? That they fund the show. That they're rich enough to just fund us. And it doesn't even matter to them. It doesn't bother them in any way. I'm off 15 minutes after your official start time. So it's just about perfect. Oh, great. I love that. And yeah, the beginning of the week is brutal to me. Well, I'm sorry to hear, but I'm glad that we're here for you in some sort of support, distraction, deeper conversation, get you off of that mindset and be more you, more human. Just got to find the whale. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would never want to shill $1 away from 1 million people to become a millionaire, because that dollar can be useful to some of those people. Lower income people, and I've been this. I've lived out of a car. My life has been, I've never lived on the street, but I've been one echelon above that. I would want everybody who needs their dollar every month or every year to really be able to hang on to that dollar. I don't want people's money who have to make the choice or who have to think, should I do this? Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm going to give $1 to D. I think that's okay. Please don't. If you have to think about it, if it's going to cause a pain point, if it's give money to my household or and therefore lose other functionality, please never choose us. We'll find somebody. But there are people out there who also are just sitting on dragon hordes of money. And if I could prove to one of them my existence in this world, Oz's existence in this world is critical, and we will prove it if you can get us to both be full-time content creators on just our own brands. And we'll show you why it's important that the world hears our insights, our empathy, our viewpoints, our communication skills. And we were able to do this full-time. I mean, I'm already full-time a content creator, but I'm also splitting it across a few different things right now. So some things are not coming to fruition as fast as I'd like. But if somebody just funded us and it didn't bother them, shit, that'd be great. That would be great. All right. Let me take a quick AFK. That all said, we've had no music or no sound going on in the background all this time. It's just me talking. Thanks for just listening to my voice. We are going to head into abduction. I'm going to take a quick bio break and grab some water because I'm sure one of you is going to try to do a triple self-care on me and I have no water in my cup. So give me like 2-3 minutes and we'll come and start the actual show. BRB. Why do I BRB? Where's my BRB? It's not here. Hello? Oh no. I have to be able to type in QWERTY, and I'm awful at this. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll be right back.
Let me go talk to her. I still see love in the future for you two crazy kids.
Okay.
And back to the bongos. He's so excited about his drums. Yeah, Morgan. Check for weapons. All right, let's try this again.
Hello.
What is it?
Interrogate.
I need you to go on another recon mission.
Who this time?
Well, Noogie again. I just don't think our information is...
No guilds. No builds.
No guilds, no builds.
Not much 411.
Oh, a directory.
What do we see? Oh, how did you meet me? What's our backstory? You met me on the road to Markarth. I was headed there because more ooh, you gotta say ooh. All white. Okay. I'll say ooh.
I feel like it's fractal at this point.
Wash is so happy right now. Didn't have to spend $42. Ooh. The China interior is so different. That's cool. I can appreciate that in some regards. Can I read a document? Climatology thesis. Applied climatology for stellar body observation by Dr. A. Young. Chinese Climate Initiative, CASA. This thesis details advanced climate study techniques for application to non-Earth objects, utilizing the advanced technological strides made as part of the observation mission through the use of machine learning.
Akumu?
Yes.
He's mine. Actually, he's Cribs, but then he's mine. Oh, wait, no, also Oz's, but then he's mine. You know what? Fuck it, you can have him.
He's mine with technical issues.
With
Yes.
Did you say tentacle issues?
Technical.
Okay, I'm weird, but not that weird.
Did I go New Yorker? I'm a New Yorker, ooh.
Remind me to have Gray do
Wait.
both his Jersey and Uwu.
Yeah. Free first aid. If anybody wants it. Just behind this big tall boy. Ooh.
I see no tall boy.
Oh, wide boy, ooh. If you see a wide boy at the side of the road. I don't know what you do to him. I just wonder if you do. What might happen? Oh well.
That's honestly one of my favorite clips. I love that clip so much. I totally went New York / the lead singer of the B-52s, whatever the heck his name is. And I will. Ah. Hi, Jam. Good to see you, Jam. Let's catch up with chat and we'll get started on this. At the end of last stream or near the end, we did have some soft hints as far as like what the hell we're supposed to be doing in this game next. But first, let's catch up with chat just a little bit. I reminded Oz to do her Duolingo. Buyongxie. Nice. Nice. Yeah, she has not been doing nearly as many of her Chinese lessons, which means she's falling behind. And sometimes I'll say a little diatribe to the kids that I think is like absolutely low-end Mandarin that she probably recognizes. Like, hey, you need to stop playing, go brush your teeth, and let's get ready for bed. You're wasting time. And she's like, I have no idea what you said. And I'm like, I say this like every night. Why do you not know these words yet? Go study more Duolingo. I use my Duolingo through the kids. I give them my account. I should probably make them their own, but I don't know if you can swap accounts in that app very easily. But for now, I just give them mine, and they run through the study Chinese as an English speaker lessons, which for them is mostly pretty easy. But there are some cool points in there. Some of it is Duolingo has added the ability to practice writing on the screen the Chinese characters. And so for them, they're learning like stroke order, the sort of general idea behind characters. And we talk about it too. You know, I don't just give them the phone and not say anything. They'll start Duolingo and I'll be like, okay, look at this character. Like, do you see how this has mouth over here? Mouth means that the character, this part of the character is how it's pronounced. It's not a meaning part. It is a pronunciation part. And that's true for a lot of Chinese characters. Chinese characters aren't ubiquitous, but there are a lot where there is this side of the character is how you pronounce it. This side of the character is its meaning or helpful to its meaning. And so we talk and develop that way. And so I really liked Duolingo, teaching the kids and helping Oz level up her Mandarin skills as well. Among the many things disappointing about the very wealthy is the lack of patrons. So true. Where are the rich folks commissioning artists? Wouldn't that be lovely? And this is no personal sponsorship of people like Carnegie or Rockefeller. But when they were under pressure because they did so many negative things in manipulating markets and making things positive for just them, they also had somebody in their team that was like, yo, you should be making a university right now. We need to build a museum. We should have this art gallery. You should dedicate 2% of your earnings to philanthropic positioning, and then 30% of the populace is going to be more in your favor because they're going, that Rockefeller, he's a good guy. He invests back in the community. and you only have to spend 3% of your earnings. Obviously, it was like a total scam, right? It was this way of creating buzz around he's rich, but look at what he does for the community. Look at how he builds back into the world. Well, still dragon hoarding for the most part. But it's true. I wish we had more people like that today, where there was somebody on these rich people's teams that was like, hey, yo, you know, if you're this rich and you really want people to step in and advocate for you and say, this is a really good person and we respect what they're doing for the community, et cetera, do stuff, pay artists, pay people to do big work for you that is for the broad public's benefit. That would be great if we had that kind of pressure on the ultra rich again. If I had that kind of fuck you money, I'd be commissioning movies and games and operas and art. These guys just sit on it like a bunch of bums. Yes, exactly. The fact that Markiplier made a movie was great. That's a good start. We need more people like that. We need more movement like that. I have ideas myself that if I ever got famous and rich, there would be a rippling out of new jobs. I would be commissioning new business models. And we should talk about that. I think when we're finished with the Myst-like games and the Mother-like games, and I have a little more flexibility as to what the fuck I'm going to do with my streams, we should talk about like what I want to do. I'm ambitious. I grew up in poverty. So the fact that I've made it from poverty to where I am now, where I have a roof over my head and kids that can do extracurriculars, that's huge. Like I said before, I lived out of a car for part of my life. And to get to this, when the dentist looks at my teeth, he says, were you homeless for a part of your life? And I was like, shut up. How do you know that? By looking at my teeth. He goes, oh, I know what homeless people's teeth look like. It's crazy. So the fact that I made it to here is amazing, but I have so much more I'd love to do if we can get there. We'll see. I would love to spend a lot of FU money on making jobs and getting talented people together and creating these collaborative big projects that could be really transformative. We'll talk more about that. Yeah. Probably not all tonight, but yes. Dragon hoarding seems to be pretty popular among the rich. Unfortunately, I agree with you. Yeah. My Mandarin is very basic. I can just understand you sometimes when you speak it. Oh, 还好. 我不祝所有的人能说中文，真的是一个难言语学习。但是 I'm giving you a code swap without you having to pay the channel points for it. 所有的人不需要学习中文，但是我觉得如果一个人想练习或者学习一个不一样的言语，西班牙语还可以，非常容易，但是我觉得不让你的大脑工作的难。中文，如果你不是中国人，或者你没有在学校那个言语，是个难言语学习，真的应该如果你是青年的孩子，你开始学习中文，最棒，那是最棒的办法。如果你接受中文还有其他言语，真的应该是英文还有中文。你有所有的世界，你的大脑最what's the word I'm looking for？ 接受最好的办法。阿拉伯文还可以， 西班牙语还可以。什么其他言语？法文我不知道，法文、德文、德国不知道。有一天我觉得那些言语很好，但是现在英文还有中文最重要，对吗？所以你有那些两个言语，你的大脑比其他人聪明，可以学习，可以练习，可以明白不一样的办法，不一样的解决。Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Did you understand any of that? I said? Sorry, that was a lot longer of a diatribe than I expected. Yeah. Now I just need to find myself a talent. You have talents. I would say, Troa, there is one thing that you have that a lot of people don't have to your capacity. And if you don't recognize this, I will be the first to say this on stream. The world is we're struggling more and more with each generation to really exercise deep empathy. And I think if I've seen anybody who is one, a self-proclaimed hermit, and yet two, deeply empathetic and emotional and connective to other people's feelings, motivations, ideas, it's you. And that is a powerful skill if applied correctly. Being highly empathetic. Not necessarily where you are falling apart when you hear the plight of other people and you become incapable of living your own personal life because you just can't work through the emotions of others so that you can perform on your own. Not that kind of empathy, but just having the imagination of how would this make somebody else feel? How would I feel if I were in that position? How would somebody else feel if they were in my position? And being able to experiment and look past one's own paradigms and be able to enter the minds of somebody else so that you can help them more efficiently, be a better resource for others, and just advance everyone to the best of your capacity without undercutting yourself. That means a lot. Very, very little. You understood very little. Okay. I mean, also, I feel like when I'm streaming, my Mandarin Americanizes a little bit more. I don't know why that is. But when I listen to myself in clips, I do feel like when I am live streaming, I speak with a more, a thicker American accent. And therefore, maybe it's even harder to understand some words that you might otherwise be able to pick up or slam dunk easier if you heard it from a native Mandarin speaker. I'm not sure why that is, why the American accent comes out way thicker when I'm streaming. But honestly, that's true for English too. When I speak to myself off camera, alone, because I don't know if you do this, but when I'm just doing chores or I'm out in the yard or I'm on my computer completely alone and the kids and Oz are all in other rooms or asleep or whatever, I do not speak with an American accent. I speak with a British accent. I speak the Queen's RP, and that is how I speak. But I turn the camera on and I'm very Americanized. And that's true for my Mandarin accent. That's true for my English accent. And I don't know why. Oh, thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate you, Chara. Yeah, I feel like maybe the camera is somehow silently saying, if you sound more American, it's a good thing. So do it. But I'm not making the choice overtly. Are we facing the right way with this? I feel like this is facing the right way with this, isn't it? Are we not facing the right way? Hi, everyone. Oh, this is so loud. Why did I make this? Why did I make the volume so loud? Because I wasn't hanging around a bunch of buzzing, whatever creatures these ones are. That's a badass compliment. Thank you. Of course. Of course. I'm only speaking from the heart. Did we need to do something different with where we just were? I feel like I saved in that location for a reason. I try to do different accents and languages when no one else is around. I think it's healthy. It's fun. It helps you understand how phonemes differ from region to region and culture to culture. I think it's a good idea. And I try to start with swears and slang. Honestly, where do most of us pick up new language artifacting? It's going to be generally it's going to be the bad words. The words that you're not supposed to say. Okay, I do feel like we need to shut this down so that we can walk through this. Yeah? This looks like you should be able to walk right through here. If only this was turned off. I think I remember that from last stream. If I've studied a language enough to say it's one of the languages I speak, I know more than just the slurs, obviously. And maybe I didn't even start with the slurs. But we already do this. We already did this, right? And we already read these. Oh, yeah, we read through these. We got a screenshot of that. I'm sure of it. Let's just double check. We go to photos. There's that number right there. I don't know when we're going to use it, but here we are. We've been in this room. We've heard the music. We've done the thing. But for languages where I don't have nearly that level of connectivity, I haven't developed the language out so that I can say, oh yeah, I speak this language fluently, or it's one of my languages under my belt. I say I have 10 languages under my belt. I'm studying number 11 very slowly because right now I do not have the time to keep studying it. That's Finnish because I am Finnish American. For all the other languages that I've toyed around with, we can't go down through this. I mostly learn little catchphrases like "Hello, how are you? Where's the toilet?" and then the slang, the slurs mostly, not slurs, the bad words. How do you say like bitch and fuck and all those sort of, how do you really make fun? Wait, why is this other chat not coming through? I'm sorry, you guys. Let me see if I can catch up with you all. Oh, son of a bitch. Hi, I'm Ivy. Oh, this other person is really looking for a... Wait, why can I only time you out? Hate speech. I'll do a hate speech report. Yes, and yes. Let's do the thing. Please say my name. I'm Ivy. Hi, Ivy. I will say your name, albeit very late in the game. Crap. I cannot make your chat go down, though. Oh, this is awful. Why is this? Why is this like this? This is the worst. Here we go. Brother, I love your guidelines. Oh, thanks. Will humanity ever discover... Sorry, I'm reading y'all's chat so late. I hope you're actually still around. Will humanity ever discover the key to faster than light interstellar travel and explore the galaxy? Maybe. I don't think we're anywhere close. We have a lot of personal, much closer issues that we have to resolve. Hang on one sec. I'm trying to fix some chat issues because some of my chats aren't coming through yet, which is a problem. Yes, activate, yes. Why do I not have all the chats doing the thing? You connect. Why are you not doing the thing? I just want you to relay all the chats. I think faster than light interstellar travel needs to come way after some personal home issues. Like, we have certain people that are born into this world that think in an anti-social manner when it comes to like race or gender or religion. And we should find ways to fix that so we can all be more collaborative and less undercutting of each other's cultures and ideologies. And we also have no AI solving for regular, annoying human problems. When you are done cleaning dishes, how do you get them put away? When you have dirty laundry, how do you sort it, wash it, and put it away? Most of this shit is human fueled activity. It costs a lot of energy and time, and none of us like to do it. Very few of us. There might be somebody out there. Most of us don't like to do it. So why is AI and or robotics and automation, all that sort of stuff, why are we not entering those spaces and freeing up people's busy times? Roomba runs around and does auto vacuuming for you. Why don't we have more little unitasker devices that sort of take care of most of our needs? Handle my budget for me. Handle my laundry for me. Go detail my car and take care of its maintenance for me. If you have a lawn or plants to go take care of, do those things. Take care of those for me. Animals, to a certain degree, there are like auto feeders and we're looking at getting like an automated cat litter box sort of thing. We're trying to look for one that does not decapitate cats in its process. But we have a lot of other problems before faster than light travel, I think. You want to be Adam Sandler famous? Do I? He's pretty fucking famous. Where people know you and you make money, but nobody cares in public. Maybe. I do want to get to the point where we are... I really don't want to be like recognized in my city. I don't want to have to think about the logistics of how to shop or like where I can go or the safety of my kids. I don't want any of that, but I want enough money where I'm not fearful of how do we pay the rent or in the trajectory of things, will I ever be able to retire? If my kid is capable of attaining some higher level education, but it costs more tuition or special fees or whatever, I want to be able to say yes instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, we can't afford that. That kind of stuff. That's the amount of rich I want to be. I want to be rich enough where we're not, especially with the kids, we're not saying no to things that they have been able to earn. If the kids say, hey, I just got into this specialized program, it's $200, to join in, to enter. I want to be able to say, oh, 200, is that all? Yeah, we got you. And not like, oh crap, I don't know. We'll have to really tighten our belts and eat ramen for a month or so to catch up. I barely speak English. You got 11. I'm studying number 11. I got 10. And honestly, like they wither when I'm not spending time with other people. My languages languish. That's funny because it sounds like the same basic, the same root. My languages do start to rot. Now, like German, I can't just bring German out of the gate and say, yeah, it took 2 years and I hung out with German speakers and I got really quite fluent in a language that would otherwise, where I studied it, not highly represented. I just had a friend group that was highly engaged in the classes too, and we were all so eager to learn the language. But today, to synthesize a full German sentence would be basically impossible. However, you send me to Germany and I spend like 2 months there, I'm done. It all comes back. I've got everything I need. Shit, this was not the right orientation, was it? Everything is disoriented from where I need it to be. Motherfucker. This was not right at all. You need to be, oh, I don't even know where you need to be. Here. There. Where's this one need to be? One more over, perhaps. We'll move it like one more. Somebody said I needed to rotate this and not think about it too much. I don't think this is happening. We'll try it without all the crazy traveling back and forth. I do know my English really fucking well, though, to the point where I have to keep my big mouth shut or I'll piss people off. I think there is a certain level where you learn a language. This is true of me and Spanish and Japanese and to some degree, some parts of Mandarin as well. But I'm not quite 100% there with Mandarin, where I can know a little bit too much of the language, and maybe somebody who speaks it colloquially or just familially might not know the rules just right. And then I want to step in and be like, oh, you fucked this up. That's not how you say it. And then that usually pisses people off, especially if they speak on a more colloquial or fluent level than I do. And then I come in and say, oh, the rules are wrong, or you're adapting this in a wrong way. You're using that word wrong. People don't like that, especially English speakers, honestly. My wife has an automated litter box that hasn't maimed her cats yet. I'm not sure what brand it is, though. Please find out. I'd love to know. If you're immersed in the language, you'll learn it quick or suffer. True. I guess I just mean because I've deeply studied certain languages. There are some that will come back to me way faster. Why do I need to take a bio break again already? I'll be right back. If I try to do this on a full bladder, it's harder for me to think. So we might as well take a quick bio break. BRB.
Easy.
Break a hip. You could and may break a hip, especially if you are able to bear children. Every child you bear takes a little bit of the calcium out of your bones, and it's that much easier to break a bone. If anybody wants it, just behind this big tall boy. Ooh.
I see no tall boy.
Oh, wide boy. Ooh. If you see a wide boy at the side of the road. I know you could be watching this on VOD in your own sweet, sweet time. That's okay. I say night because it is night here. And I am a night creature who is doing a night. Having a night with you. Whatever your nighttime is. Sun in the day, bright in the sky, very high up sun. Still night. Still a night with us.
I need to take my night pills.
Need to do the
When you're
human.
drinking, that's a bad idea.
Doing your humaning.
I'm
You
no
had-
longer inebriated. I am prepared to consume
You're prepared to what now?
Somebody's got to clip that.
Oh,
The parents
no!
are fucking Parish, apparently.
running.
All right. Docking. I mean, Doc. Playing is Doc. Be healing.
Smell you.
Mary, welcome. Wait, it didn't play the video? Wait.
Give it a
Where's-
second.
Oh, okay. But it played the audio. The audio and the video are supposed to be matched together. Oh, it did play it? Oh, I must have been looking at the wrong part of the screen. When I heard I could smell you right in my ears, my eyes kind of darted around all over the place.
I didn't see a video, but I also. Yeah, but
Although, as I understand from men who can self-sucking, how is it described? It's a lot less like having your dick sucked and a lot more like sucking a dick. For anybody.
Hi, welcome back. Yeah, I guess I just mean if you are, to come back to what we were talking about before the break, if you study a language first and you lose it through inactivity, the chances of you getting that language back when you re-immerse in it, or through some means are able to speak it at a high frequency through with many different people, you'll gain the language back way faster than through sheer immersion your first time. Yeah. And I feel like I have the privilege of saying there are a number of languages that I have that capacity. I've studied them. I'm comfortable with them. And if I come back to them, my learning experience will move so fast that it's going to be a positive experience in the end. Assuming that I need the language that's going to be useful to me. Now, where am I trying to go with this? What am I trying to do? Why am I doing this? Is this really where I'm trying to go with all of these travel bits? I'm not sure what it is I'm looking to unlock, to be honest. But I know this is the place where I tried to get the tree. I can't get the tree. I don't know how to get the tree. But I feel like we're not aligning properly for it. Ugh. And the artifact of a game of this design strategy, because now I can't say era. This one out of the Cyan games is relatively new. This, I feel like this takes so long. It's beautiful the way it builds the world out of these little dots, these little circles. And suddenly you have the world. But at the same time, when you have to keep doing it back and forth to travel, it gets so old so fast. I can't remember if I'm supposed to be orienting the wood in different ways or the stone in different ways. That there's something that I've missed or am looking for. Missed! I said the word missed. To try to get past this particular. I feel like this was what somebody, maybe it was Tara or someone else, implicated that this is where I am stuck and this is what I need to be able to do next. So I guess the low hanging fruit is mess with the wood so that it's oriented in such a way that we get what we want. Where does this lead? Back out here. But this is not the right path. This lets us see the tree. This lets us see where we need to get to. Maybe we do. You know what? Actually, pause. Pause. Let's go back to this gondola machine and see if there's a way to turn off those gears. Because it really does look like there's a sort of path that leads to... Now, we've already been down there. We don't need to get back there again. But, like, that leads through... Walking through some of these spinning wheels, but it won't go. We can't go as long as they're going. So, oh god, the music. Why does the music have to be so epic? We're gonna go and we're gonna see if we can turn off the mechanism so it stops spinning, so we can walk through a part where the wheel looks like it is blocking us because Mist Woman is too scared to walk through moving mechanics. Namely, not this wheel. That wheel down there. I want to stop that wheel. And it's a fast wheel. Some of the wheels are slower. That one feels too fast, and maybe that's why Mist Woman is like, nope. Nope. I refuse. I will not do the thing. But maybe we don't turn it off from here. Do we need to fly the gondola to the other side? The game saved, I promise. Who is that? Hi, Stuart. Let's take the gondola to the other side, and maybe we can stop the machine on the other side. Because I'm excited that it's moving at some point while I'm going through this world. And now I kind of want it to not move anymore. But I don't know how to make it stop, if that's even a possibility. Stuart, how's your weekend looking so far? This is the other half of that same machine. And I do remember finding something that started this machine up, which means, can we find that same lever, crank, or what have you, and reverse our work and say, nope, 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 nope. We started you up. Now it's time to stop you. I don't see it. How did we ever get this thing going? Doesn't look like it's there. Where does this lead? Off to nowhere land, basically. Yeah. It looks like we should be looking for a lever, a crank, a button. It's been so long, I don't even remember. But just something that says, don't move anymore. Was it like something that I clicked or pressed and then it disappeared? I was like, okay, you press this thing, now we'll never move again. Where does this lead? Anywhere? Can we get through to the glowy, gooey bits on the other side? No? Oh, you can down here, though. Where does this lead? Back to here again. Back to you. I don't know that that's worthwhile or worth anything. We can't control that bridge from here. So the best we can do is go back. And it seems like the only thing we could do from here, it's definitely not stop the machine. So I think we have to take the gondola back the other way. You, is there nothing that was like a click this to start and stop it button? Nothing? I must be on the wrong track then, I guess. Goodbye. It looks like I know where I have to go, but I don't know how to make it do the thing. If you're of the soft hint variety, i.e. you know how to tell me not precisely what to do, but get my brain thinking in the right direction, I'm open to it. That's where I want to go, is through that. Walk through the gear, really. Can I even do that from here? Or is that just from that other angle I was able to reach? I think from down here, yeah, you can't even get up to that gear in the first place. It's on the other side of this rubble. And Mist Woman does not like climbing rubble. That's not going to happen. So we go, wait, is there, can we get up? No, you can't get up there. That's all broken, battered, abused. There's no getting up there, but there is going down here. This is where we came from to get here in the first place. Maybe Tara or Kara mentioned if we move the rock part, maybe we moved the wood part too many times and we're moving the wrong section. And what we really need to move is the stone instead. They're both connected to the same area through here. I walked through here, yeah? Yes. That's how you get back down. Whoa, this loaded funny. I guess we can't get in that way. It does look like there's something down there. Have we been to that little entrance there? Looks like there's a bit of mechanism there. Or is that just the elevator that we've done a number of times before? Oh, I can't remember. That would be a full 3 rotations. A full 180 from where we are right now. Using just the wood. Somebody also said I was overthinking this area last stream, I think. So we'll just have to double check and see. Am I? Is it really just moving the wood bit around a number of times until we get what we want? Or do we also need to move the stone, which does require a lot more effort to get back to this place because we need to teleport in up that ramp? Complete 180 from here. The motorcycle would have to be reversed from where it is right now. I think that's just 3 clicks. Let's just double check. That's 1. It would have to be reversed from like this point here. Here's 2. Excuse me. Man, that was quite a burp. 3. Are you on a 4-point click? I feel like it's going to make it all the way to the entire opposite of this. By golly, I don't think it is. No. That kind of feels like the opposite. Let's check because we can always hit 1 more click if this amount of clicks isn't quite it. We need to go this way. It's the constant zoning back and forth that really, it's just such a drain on my brain. And there's a bit of threshold syndrome. You have this mentality of, I know what I'm doing and know where I'm going and I know how to solve this puzzle. And then you wait through this load screen and then you get to the other side and you're like, that was pretty. What was I doing again? Which really sucks. Fun, unexpected side effect of the way I have made the arched ceilings in the Gothic Cathedral. There's space between the roof and the top of those blocks. Interesting. And with it enclosed, all the monsters are spawning in there, so no spawns and built-in ghosts. Nice. So you can hear spookiness happening, but you're not engaged with it directly. Oh, yeah, I think we're 1 more rotation away from, that's literally just the, whatchamacallit, the elevator, which we don't want. What we really could use is maybe rotating the stone. I don't know where the stone is. Oh, no. Oh, we do have... No. I'm right. We do have to rotate this. Zombies and a witch currently, but all in an enclosed roof. Nice. So just ambiance, really. I can respect that. Yeah, we do need to come back and we do need to fix this. I think one more rotation of the wood back to the place where this ramp down brings us to the elevator is the right answer. And then instead of rotating the wood, which did not seem to serve us, we rotate the stone, which is the swap space alternate to what this is. Which is so much more travel to make work. Somebody was like, "You're overthinking this area. It's overwrought. It's not as hard as you're making it out to be." And the more I think about it, it is as hard as I'm making it out to be, I think. It does involve traveling back and forth between the other swap and here and getting the stone to be in here, and this is where it needs to be. This connects to what now? Back the way we started, or the new area that we unlocked? The new area we unlocked. Hi, friendo. And just double checking. There's nothing we're missing here. That leads back to that room. This feels like such an epic place to have unlocked. Wouldn't you find something super badass here? Wait, what is this and why can't this connect to anything? Maybe this is where the stone needs to connect. For something. Some reason. And you connect up here. And this leads to that swap. Do we use that swap one more time? Perhaps. And why can't we get lower? Look at how low this goes. Don't we want to be way down there for some reason? This seems critical that we get to here. And we get to the tree. But we're trapped. We can't walk through this. Why? And is there nothing to click here? Nothing that can stop where we are, what we're doing. This connects to that. That connects up there. Where's the place where we toggled the chain off? Or slow down or stop the place we need to walk through? Because we can see it's interactive there. This thing is powered. I don't know where that goes to. And this. And this. And there's nothing we can do to disengage or turn off or pause so that we can walk through here. Because I think walking through here is the key. It feels like it's the key. I don't want to let this go. Looks like you could just walk right through there. If the wheel's not spinning, because Miss Woman is scared. How do we get up there? We have to swap back. Nothing we can do down here. There's nothing these guys have to offer to us to stop the machinery. Which kind of sucks. Are we climbing up? Or are we messing this up? This is the dead end. This is the way we came in. No, it's not, is it? Oh, it is. Oh, good. Okay, we swap, and we use the stone, and we move the stone around, I think. Or maybe the stone is in the right orientation already. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll swap to the stone. The stone is... how do we get out of here? Using the right thing. We have this wrong. Fuck, we have this wrong. The wood needs to be in there, and then we need to be able to escape. That's what needs to happen. Were we able to use the elevator? I forget. I already forget. We need the elevator to get out of this area and keep the wood in Bugland. So that we can come back to Arizona and start flipping the stone. That's what I think needs to happen. So yeah, here. Yes, here. We ride the elevator out and we go back to Arizona. This is annoying. This part of the game is so time exhaustive. Maybe because I'm bad. You're good at puzzle games and you're keeping track and you got a little side journal and you're paying attention to all this stuff. Great. Good for you. You tracked everything you needed to and nothing's a surprise. You know exactly what you need to do next because you just look at your notes and it all makes sense. But for me, playing it the way I have been, I continuously forget where I need to be going to get to the right orientation. The waiting is the hardest part. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to take a picture of that. Yeah, waiting for zonings back and forth really is the hard part of this. We'll come down here. I don't think up here has any answers to stopping the machine so that I can walk through that special passage. It's up. There is the rod up there. I just want to see if I could make it to that rod before we just try to go back and readjust the stone dome. Because I've messed with that so many times already. I'm over it. I'm so over spinning the wood dome and the wood sphere and the stone sphere to try to solve for this one area. They both can't be the ultimate solution to this whole world, can they? If we come up here, can we find the place where that... Yeah, it's this. This is the shaft. That's the one that guides that one. That one guides that wheel. And if we stop that wheel, we come around here, we walk through here, down and into the tree, and then we finish this world. So where does this shaft go to? Because I don't see that. It goes off into oblivion. But that's the thing I want to stop. And I don't see where that is. I don't think it's in this room. No, I don't think it is. And we're on the wrong orientation of this room anyways to get in there. So, and I don't think we'll see the mechanics for that appear anywhere else, will we? There's nothing over there that screams this will stop the rotation of that wheel so you can actually move around freely. This whole area here, it's just lore. There's nothing to do. There's never been anything to do here. So we'll head back. There's the other way back to Arizona. It's long and annoying. Why is my bandwidth so low? Hang on. Can we fix this? Oh no. Did that mess up the whole stream when I did that? Yeah, it did. Let me just try to fix this. It's saying the vertical stream on that one red platform is like foobar. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. How do we do that? How do we... A keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Keyframe frequency. How do we fix you? No, I'm not looking to tag items in the shop. Son of a bitch. Hang on, let me try to figure this out. Because one of my streams is struggle busing right now, and I just want to see why and how I can stop this from happening. You. Oh, it's still in QWERTY. How dare you? Stupid QWERTY typing. Is this happening to my horizontal stream too, or just the vertical shorts stream? That's a good question. Horizontal looks like it's kind of laggy too. I don't know. It's not doing the best. But the vertical stream looks really janky. Move. I want to get you to be civil. And the horizontal to some effect looks chuggy and says it needs a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. I'm in OBS, so how do I change that? Please give me an answer. Oh, internet search. In OBS Studio, let me do some live. I love you. Just Google solutions live and figure shit out. Honestly, like, here's the thing. I don't pay for a producer or a team to do this stuff for me. So I figured this out live, and hopefully when I figure stuff out, I can pass this knowledge along. I know a lot of other streamers, some of whom are trying live streaming to multiple platforms themselves. And so if I can figure something out before them, I become a resource for all of them if the resource isn't already built out. Maybe I'll make videos on all this stuff, but I also feel like this isn't evergreen content because these streaming software and platforms and plugins and everything, they're always changing and updating. So this can get outdated quickly. But yeah, I just want to make sure everything's running smooth all the time. Settings in OBS, it says check your output and your streaming tab, which is the one we're looking at right now. Guess what? We cannot change any of this. The keyframe interval is set to automatic. Well, apparently the red platform hates automatic, so whoops. Make sure your encoder isn't overriding it. I wouldn't even know where to check for this, man. Oh, audio encoder? No, that's not it. For streaming, the video encoder. I'm on ENC. What does ENC mean? NVENC H.264, which says that's relatively new. And yeah, I don't know. It looks like it should have a specific keyframe interval, but I just have it set to automatic. And presets good quality. I don't have it set to max quality at all. It should be fine. Maybe it's just my viewership of it. If anybody else is watching on the red play button platform, if you know what I mean, that one platform, and they see it on horizontal and vertical, check both if you can, and let me know if they're doing okay. It could just be my own viewership of them. It looks like it's doing really bad when it's not. We'll put you away over here, and we'll come back to the game, and we will... Where the hell are we? What are we trying? We're just trying to get back to... shit. I need to go back to QWERTY again. How dare. We gotta go back to Arizona, the old school way. I mean, even if you don't, I love the process. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you're not a streamer and you're not learning anything from what I'm doing to become a better streamer, just hopefully the concept of you learn that the world is investigatable. I don't know the right word, but that you don't just say, "Oh, I don't know the answer to this," and I'm just gonna leave it at that. You've got the world's corpus of all learnings so far at your fingertips. Don't use the internet just for memes and consuming other people's material, but like really see what you can learn and see what you can do. If you've ever been curious as far as like what sort of artistry you're capable of, what things you think you wanted to be able to do, but you felt like you didn't have the power to do it, or the insight or know-how. See how well what the internet's already developed out and what people have already learned and shared, how well that can support you before you just give up. Because you'd be surprised what a cursory search will find for you as far as making something come true that you've always wanted, making an idea or a path or a business move one step closer to reality than if you just tried to common sense your way through things. And our common sense is generally terrible as human beings. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Like, oh, humans are, capable of great intuition. Our intuition's pretty terrible, to be honest. We're pretty bad at figuring things out based on experiences. We use small survey sizes to extract big universal truths. It's just the worst way to do it. OBS is a fickle bitch that I never mastered. I will not say I'm a master at OBS. The only reason I continue to use OBS is because I want to be on the platform that if I say, damn, what if this thing existed? I don't have to wait for the devs to figure it out. A mod might have been submitted through GitHub. Some random developer might have said, hey, if you love this, I loved this too, and I decided to make it exist. The experience of using OBS is so handcraftable. There's so many people that have been able to step in and say, I can make adjustments to this. I don't know which way this is facing. Fuck. Is facing the right way? Maybe. How do we even see? We would need to get to that world through not this. Do I just go back the way I came and then come back to this thing? No, because the wood is there. Shit. What do I have to... My brain is so fried for this particular puzzle. And I know people are like, you overthought this. You're overthinking this. It's a lot easier. You're overworking it. It's not as hard as you think it is. And here I am, completely lost and belligerent as far as what I have to do with this one stupid puzzle. But yeah, I like a broadcasting software that you can grow into and is highly customizable by being open software, open source, where people can collaborate together and make something bigger of it without being on the payroll and without getting shareholders to agree. Yeah, I don't know how I fucked this up, but I fucked this up. I like OBS. It's usually pretty easy to smack until it functions. I have not had any unsolvable issues in my OBS instance, but Oz has one. She was trying to add just like intro music. She had an intro music to her stream, and it started to misbehave, and the intro music was playing where it shouldn't have.
and she wasn't able to make it turn off. And we looked at everything, all the online resources, looked at GitHubs and Reddits and all the people who would complain about things that weren't working in OBS properly. And when she would remove the background music for the intro entirely, it wouldn't play where it wasn't supposed to. It was just missing everywhere. But when she would add it to one scene, like the intro scene, here's our intro music, it would play everywhere in all the wrong scenes. And we couldn't figure that out. And it's not supposed to work that way. So we weren't sure how to get it to stop being a little jerk, but keeps jerking us around. If I had any clue of where to even start in a walkthrough, I'd pull one up to try to nudge. Oh, yeah. This is one of those games that's like, there's a lot of different things you can do, and the order in which you do them is not set in stone. I even asked at some point, because I was getting really frustrated with one part of the game, and a couple people wanted to sort of nudge me in the direction they thought I needed to be in. And I just got so frustrated. Tell me I can come down here. Okay, I cannot. Which is fine. I can get through that way. That's just a whole other path. And yeah, I asked. I'm so frustrated with this part, and everybody's saying it's right. It's staring me in the face. I just hate that feeling. So I asked, can I do another part instead? Because I was getting overwhelmed. And they said, just do this part. But I asked later. I asked Oz later because she knows this game. I was like, could I have skipped where I was and just gone and done something else? And she said, yeah, you could have. So the game is a little bit sandboxy. You don't get to choose your own path, but you do get to choose the order in which you do things to some degree. You can kind of play around with where you like to be, put things off till later, or get them over with sooner, that sort of thing. So there is some of that. That said, the thing I'm trying to do here really is just to get to the tree in the bug planet. I forget what this planet's actually called. Somebody who knows the game better than I do would probably be able to tell you how to find where I am right now on a walkthrough, because I just don't I don't remember the names of things. For the longest time, when I played a new MMORPG, I would use names from old MMOs I had already played. When I was playing World of Warcraft, I used to name things after places I recognized in EverQuest. If a place looked more like an EverQuest place, I would call the World of Warcraft area after the EverQuest name. And then later games like Final Fantasy XIV, if I was in a zone that looked like it was World of Warcraft influenced, I would use the World of Warcraft name. It's rude. I'm sorry, all you developers that think up cool names for places. I just don't remember them all at some point. And it's Atera. Hello and welcome. Sounds like an update. Sort of here, but cat stuff to do. How's it going? I've been back and forth in the same space, that spinning dome area of the Bugland, since we started the stream. We're almost 2 hours in. I've accomplished nothing, except great conversation, I guess. We're chatting a lot. We're doing a lot of conversation. But I'm not solving for almost anything else right now. What a waste of a stream. What a waste of, I don't know, my life. Maybe not. As long as the subs keep coming in and we're slowly building our audience and getting more followers and everything, I guess it's worthwhile. But as far as this game goes, I feel like there are games that even if you, like the Dark Souls sort of games, you could die to the same enemy like 10 times, but in the dying process, you're slowly gaining muscle memory and you're retaining certain parts about their rhythms and their patterns, and you are getting better. But I feel like some of my running around back and forth in the Mist-like games is honestly not enriching me. I'm not getting better or smarter, but I'm literally frittering hours away off of my life. My life expectancy is lowering because I'm wandering around, not figuring out what the devs want me to figure out, flailing around uselessly and not learning. I've had this problem with I do Duolingo for chess because I thought maybe I'd be a better puzzle gamer and maybe one day I could stream real-time strategies if I ever got better at chess, which I've historically never really studied how to play chess. And Duolingo has this chess module to it now, only on the phone. If you use desktop Duolingo, it's not there. And I'll lose to chess in so many awful ways in which the chess lessons in Duolingo have taught me how to combat or ways to think so that you don't get caught by this, or you can think 2 or 3 steps ahead and then you won't get this trap or that gotcha. And I'll still fall prey to them. I'm not a strategic, far-off thinker. I'm really, really smart. I think so. People say I'm really smart. And yet, there's some ways in which my brain does not process deep, far, multi-step thinking. It doesn't keep track of it. And so I just feel like I run through the same motions over and over. Fuck, I hit the same outcome. I must have already tried this path. I guess I'll try something else. And then I accidentally try the same path again. Fuck, how did I do that? Yeah. Per snaps, I'm gathering we're stuck. I don't know if I'm stuck. I haven't tried everything just yet. Per snaps, I'm gonna need to remember that one. You're trying to get under the tree. I do remember that we're in Bugland, and in Bugland, we're trying to get to the tree hole. Fuck. That's blocked. That's a problem. That's a problem right there. We did not want that to be blocked, which means we have to go back to Arizona, flip, spin this stone in some way so that it's the right orientation, and I don't remember the fucking orientations. I've not been writing this down, cataloging. That's part of my problem too, is I'm not sitting here and learning the deeper systems of the game. There's a science to the game. There are angles and orientations and things that you should be learning. And I haven't been going through the documenting process in this game. I haven't been fafoing. I've been fucking around, finding out, and then forgetting. So, like, faff off. I've added an extra F. I learn shit, and then I forget it since last stream. And I don't document it anywhere. And that's like, I spent all that time getting things oriented the right way. And then I disorient it, and I don't even know that I've done it. I'm honestly playing too much out the window. That's my own fault. I love your soft hints. Tara's good at soft hints. Yeah. I do remember telling you to just ignore the rock sphere entirely. I tried moving, before you came, I tried moving the wood sphere every which way. And I didn't get anything. I got down to the hive. Or I got back to the hive that I got to last stream. And so you got to see all the buzzing bug things. And we're back in that area again. But it looks like the place I need to go has a spinning gear that's in the way. That's what it looks like to me. Based on what I know about game design and where the pathing looks like it's going, it looks like there's a walkway that you do, that you walk through a large gear area. And if the gear was not moving, Mist Woman would walk through it. But because the gear is moving, she says, I'm not going to risk my life. And so you can't walk through it. But I haven't figured out how to stop the gears. I don't know if I should ask if I'm right about that guess. Why is the gear moving? I have no fucking idea. I've walked, I investigated this area over here. This blank area leads to the other side of the gondola that is the same moving gear area. And I thought when we walk through this bridge to there, we get to the place where we started the gears. So I thought maybe we can then go there and stop the gears. I didn't see a place to stop the gears. I went back to where the tree is and thought maybe there's a place to stop the gears there. I found no place to stop the gears. I don't remember where the gears started. That was like months ago now. I could just walk around every screen and every angle of this game, of this planet, and try to find it, I guess. But I don't remember it all. This thing doesn't even move. I feel like these are things that somebody who continuously plays the game, contiguously, might remember. Or if you played Myst games enough, you would say, I'm going to write this down. But I find that interesting. Maybe that's not usually the case. Most times you play a game like this, if you go, oh, you press this and everything starts moving, you don't record that event. Because I don't think most Myst gamers would think, now I might have to come back and turn everything off again. Yeah, I'm not sure. Was that a lever? I don't. The gears started, everything started moving and started having power at some point. I have no recollection, zero recollection of how I powered this world. I can't even begin to remember. Your thinking isn't wrong, your memory is just failing you. I guess so. Yeah. The stone is here. So we need to go back and get the wood back. Go back to the big area with the banners. Oh, shit. Can I get the wood back first? I think the wood is in a proper orientation. God, I hope it is. If it's not, I'll be pissed. You can get the wood back? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think both you and Kara have helped me out a number of times by saying, this is something you should have remembered. And that to me is less a hint and more a normal person who is not streaming this game with lights shining in his eyes, raising kids in the interim, playing a completely different game the day before, and who would be maybe more regularly playing this than just 5 hours one day a week, would actually remember these things. Or would write them down in a notebook or something. Instead of my bullshit way of just trying to shove them into my brain, which is obviously not working. All right, let's bring the wood back. This part 2. If you're tired of watching these particles fly across the screen, just think how I feel. Somebody trying to put on a show, keep the energy up, keep the momentum going, keep new experiences in the game coming your way, so that you are as engaged in the world of abduction as I am, then yeah, the sheer time pauses between traveling back and forth between the worlds is just so much time. Big area with the banners. Playing the role of memory is different from giving. Yeah. I'm not disappointed in that. And it's definitely happened many times before where somebody has said, this is something that you did last stream, and a normal game player would maybe remember or have written this down because you saw it, because you learned it. It is cumulative knowledge for your average player, and I'm just not that. Okay, in this position, I don't think you ever need to move the sphere again. I hope so. Because I can get to the tree area as soon as the gears stop moving. I just need to get back to the banners area, which requires me to use the elevator. And this path takes me back there from walking some cliffside stairs. This is one of two paths that lead along the cliffside, sort of this way of the banners. And then there's one that way of the banners. Okay, so we're back to the banners area. We're here. We're at all the big spinning things and catwalks, and the gondola is on our side right now. Everything's spinning. Yeah. This is actually where I was going to direct you. Okay, excellent. Excellent. This is where you turn the power on. Not here, though. Because this power, which brought the gears moving, I didn't start that here, did I? I thought I started it on the gondola's other side, through the mist, and not here. Back up those stairs where you were? Really? Was it? Yeah, I know there's some stream lag. Sorry. I mean, not sorry. It's just how that's just it's the world we're in. I do not remember starting up the whole mechanism up this way. Here in this area? Was it here that the gears first started to move? I have no recollection of that. Okay. Is there something where I can just unplug a battery cable, or do I have to get down there somehow and turn off these? When you look down into that big chasm with the spinning thing. Oh, the big that fan down there. Can I get down there? Am I still able to walk over this way? What is this? This little table. Is there something that allows me to just say no? Oh, hi. What does this do? Oh, look at that. That turned something off. Did that turn off what I need to turn off? Is there another one of these oculuses? Oculi? This guy's still powered. So now I feel like there's still something else I need to disempower. This is frustrating. The idea that there are parts of the game you need to come back to that you were turning on, and now you need to turn them off again. Okay, everything's off. Except you're still spinning. That's kind of creepy. Did that do it? We'll come back. You remember that chair? I remember being in that room. I remember making mechanical things work. To some degree. I don't remember that it was the thing that turned all the gears everywhere, get stuff moving across the entire level. I was talking a lot during that time too, I think, though, too. So I might have just been distracted, having good conversation with y'all. Yeah, that's all stopped. Now, the real question is my intuition... Oh, son of a bitch, that's not backwards. Is my intuition correct? Do we walk through the place where the gear was moving? Is it now traversable? Or is my concept of what I think the game developers were going for incorrect? Because some of this really is not puzzle solving, but mind reading. If I were a developer working for Cyan, what do I want the player to do? How would I guide them through this world? Can we get through this way? Son of a bitch. We have to use that. No, we have to use that elevator. Doesn't the elevator need power? Why don't we make the elevator have power? Do we need to keep some of the power on and some of the power not? This is awful. That might be the right one. Go look at the tree. I guess I can. I need to go back there. The elevator needs power. Damn it. That means I need certain things powered and certain things not. I hope it's just an A-B. We disconnected one thing, but not the other. Maybe we need to flip what's disconnected and what's connected. Yeah, right down here. That's the tree. This is the path I want to walk. It looks like Miss Woman should be able to go here, here, through there, and up around. So it looks like we're close. Can we do this in 3 more hours of stream? I'm already losing my voice too. We went to the park, the most local park to our house. And they, during the summer, run a splash park portion of the playground. It's just some spraying water elements. One bucket that fills with water and periodically splashes down. It's nothing particularly like, I don't know. It's not like a water park, but it's wet and it's a playground and it's fun. And the kiddos wait for it to come back every year. And we didn't know when it was going to come back. And then it suddenly came back. The elevator looks like it's powered by that one. So maybe we can disconnect the other ones and it will be okay. Turn it back on. Where's the other? Are you one of the... Hello? Does this one not move? Oh. Did we disconnect what we needed to? Is there only one thing that disconnects? Tell me the elevator has power. It looks like the elevator has power. I see movement that connects to the elevator. The elevator needs power as most elevators do. That one lowers the fan blades. Oh. So that's something we can't raise again. So we need the elevator. We're here at the elevator. It looks like it's getting powered. Now I'm just hoping if we take this back to the tree that the gears by the tree are still stopped after everything is back on. But yeah, long story short, I think the reason why I'm losing my voice again, I was losing it midway through last stream too. But I think part of the reason I'm losing it today is because shouting at the kids at the splash park to get them to be kind and behave and play well with the other kids and all that sort of thing. Do the right thing. Got to be loud to be heard. While there are a bunch of pterodactyl screaming kids all around. I feel like the wetter a playground is, the louder the kids there will be. And this one gets pretty... It's a pretty wet experience. Not that way. Once you do that, you never need to do it again. Oh, what I just did? Disconnect the one gear from moving. Is that this one? It doesn't look like it's moving. Are you still? Are you paused? I don't see any movement. And I think it was the only choice we had. That's kind of the thing too, is like, I came back to that area thinking, oh, I hope I chose the right one. I hope I disconnected the right cylinder from the main shaft or whatever. And now I'm thinking there wasn't any other option. There's only one little lever and it disconnects the one thing you need to advance. They couldn't have made it any easier. Now, am I right about this? Can you walk through here? You can. I was right. I read the developers correctly. They put a big flywheel here that looks too fast compared to the other ones. And if you stop it, suddenly Mist Woman is happy to oblige to walk past it. So I'll take a breath. We're going to advance. We're going to eventually beat this game with a significant amount of support from viewers like you. Okay. Let's get to that tree, shall we? Hello, tree. We're going to fill your roots with goo. Good old root goo. If your roots are dry and need some goo, you need some root goo. And I'm the root goo starter. Hang on, we got to load it. Let's go down to the root goo and turn the root goo machine to on. Your goo looks low. That's your problem. Look at all those dry roots begging for blue goo. We've already got your green goo. We got your red goo. I think. Is that right? Ragu? Here's a... Oh, there's orange goo. We got your orange goo. We got your green goo. And we got your... What was this one? Your red goo. Here's the blue goo. We're gonna give you the goo. Let's give you the goo. Channeling Beetlejuice vibes right now. Yep, you're low in goo. Diagnosis. My chain my heart. Captar connected to the heart. Here's what I prescribe. Here's my prescription. Blue goo. It'd be blue going. Good stuff. My weekend is suddenly going much better. Thanks to the blue goo here. Okay. All the goo's connected. We did the thing. We did it so many times over. Congratulations to us. Do I, that makes all 4 now. That is all 4. I'm going to take a quick bio break. I drank a lot of fluids before I started because I was out in the sun half the day at a splash park with the kiddos, trying to hide from the sun in Georgia. It's still spring, so it's not hot and humid, but I still am dehydrated, so I drank a lot, and now I'm paying the price. Take a quick bio, and we'll come back, and we'll figure out what our next step is now that all the trees are getting all the goo. So, see you in a sec. Okay, bye.
$135. Thank you for your contribution to the Book of Crow.
Book of Crow.
I'm sorry, what?
Book of Crow, you say?
Rose Thompson,
Yes.
Yeah, the Book of Crow. Have you read it?
I have not. I'm very, very new to this area.
Ah.
Are
They
you a
had some
woman
of
of
our
God?
stuff.
I'm sorry?
Are
I
you a
gave you a
woman of
book.
God?
I was raised to be, yes.
Yeah, it's looking pretty
We
bad
are
for
men and
us.
women of Lucifer. So, I want you to give that book a look after we leave. And if you want to find us, we will be in Annesburg if you have any questions.
They're in Annesburg. Interesting.
That is true. Now,
Is this
thank
the
you.
path?
This is the way.
A lot like me. Oh, hey, buddy. Hi. Turn around, bright eyes. Okay, I promise I won't keep singing while I'm sick. Oh, it's turned around. Please, somebody clip that. That's actually too fucking good.
Just good.
Shoot it right in the.
Take the shot.
Right in the tit.
Take it. I want you to do it.
I shoot you right in the left tit.
There, do it. Oh,
You fucking missed.
ducked. He ducked.
You duck? Hey, it's still coming out of your mouth.
What?
Yeti, is there anything that when you are with somebody or sharing a household with someone, you insist on doing because you think it is a role that you absolutely need personally to take on?
Besides making porn.
Uh-oh.
I do that.
Alexander throws a skull into the grinding gears.
And? Oh!
The skull is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder.
Oh!
The skull begins to bulge.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh! With a sudden lurch, the ceiling completes its descent.
Wait, no! No!
Yikes! And presses Alexander into the floor like a bug under a heel.
A bug under a
That
heel.
skull wasn't strong enough to endure.
Yeah, it wasn't strong. Okay, hi, welcome back. Thanks for waiting for me. This game does not make me pee like Prey does. I'm not under that much duress, but it does have its. I don't know. It doesn't have its moments. This game isn't making my bladder squeeze. I just had a lot of fluids after being in the sun, and then I tried to do a live stream after that, and look where that's getting me. Okay. Welcome back. So, we have 4 trees all connected through this weird underground network that lets us travel from world to world to world. There was a red world that was different from the others. I think this is the one. This is not Arizona. It's not Bug World. It's not the other pretty world, right? With the glowing stones. There's green. This is the one I want to be in, I think. There's yellow. Yeah, yellow. And then this one would be blue. Where we just were. Okay, cool. I'm going to come out this way. We're going to figure out what the heck are we doing in this game. That's a loading screen. Okay. Hi. Yep. This is the sort of bizarre. Oh, look, only half of you is growing for some reason. But we're here, and I'm not sure why I brought myself back here, but I kind of figured once we got all the trees connected, we need to talk to CW. That's what it is, I think. We need to go find CW and be like, yo, we did the thing. Do you love us yet? Can we go look at just like the world again? Because up here, I think you can see sort of like some scenic views of the place that we have invaded.
Is this like the tree's home world? Because it looks like a lot of melted, molten rock. Maybe that's why they want to bring all these other beautiful lands like Arizona. Is Arizona really that beautiful? This looks like a really ruined version of Arizona. Bring them into their world to give them a chance to grow their tree babies. Invading other planets with tree stuff. Where's the cool music? Shouldn't there be like a dark, sinister music overture going on here? Not an overture. Let's go back to the tree. It's only half healthy. That's kind of a problem, I feel. Arizona is yellow? That seem right? Oh, that seems right. So let's go back into the root base and travel and see if we can talk to our friend CW. He sent us on this quest ages ago. Months ago. That's blue. And is probably waiting for us, thinking, these guys aren't going to make it. This mist man or mist woman, I sent the wrong person on this quest. This is not going to work. All right. We're here. I think this is the Arizona tree. Let's double check. All right, come up. We're going to do a little bit of a loading screen right about here. Yeah, we did. And figure out where we are. Yeah, we've picked the right one. This tree looks all healthy. So why is this tree 100% healthy, but the one in Lava Rock Land is only the 50%? Are there other things that need to happen? Let's go talk to CW. Let's hope CW talks to us. Last we tried to speak with him, he was like, I'm done with you guys. You're a waste of my time. You keep knocking on my door and not accomplishing anything along the way. We accomplished so much. Come speak to us again. I still haven't even reached all of the places in the Arizona land either, which makes me feel like an inadequate gamer. CW! Is he up to something? I hear some noise behind that wall. Have a gander at the tree? I mean, yeah, it looked holistic and green. It looked happy. Hello? Friend? Friend! I did the thing. The bleeder. Okay. The bleeder. Trash. If everything's connected, we have to trash the bleeder? What's the bleeder? I've never seen no bleeder before. What? Hang on. Let's do some research. Not you. You're not you. I've made so many accidental screenshots. How dare they make screenshot spacebar? Even if you're a QWERTY QWERTY and WASD user, spacebar is going to be your natural attempt at jumping. I know this game doesn't have jumping, but still, you're going to misclick. For me, spacebar is back. Move backwards. Bleeder? Bleeder? Is there anything here about bleeders? Show the remainders of the Captar. Understand. The bleeder is the power tower situation. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I did know that. I remember reading that was a bleeder. Yeah, it's isolated, though. So that's a problem. Tara said look at the tree. I don't think it's going to be related to the bleeder, but let's just take a look and see if there's anything we can learn lore-wise or just developing the world out a little bit more. Hi, tree. We'll take a look. Hello. Hi. It's glowing yellow. It's got the juice from the goo flowing up through it. Not sure what I'm supposed to have seen, except that the red tree is half developed and this tree is all developed. Well, let's go look at the bleeder. It's that thing up there. This guy, this friendo. From a distance? You can see the tree from a distance? Okay. I don't think I can see it from this side, so I'm going to have to go back and through and out the other side. I'm going to look at the tree from farther. Oh! Wait, what the... Hello? Why? Wait, what? It just turned yellow. It was just red. But it was green just before that. Hello? Now it's yellow and it's staying yellow. But it was green. It was. It was green. Now it's staying yellow. You might not remember how things looked before. I remember it looked green. And then it was red. It was red when I first came here, wasn't it? I think it was red. Now it's just staying yellow. What the what? Wait, is it turning green again? You look green again to me. Looks kind of green. I can't tell if that's supposed to be green or yellow. Is it? Are we playing red light, green light? And look away and look back. You turn red again. Weird. That's the effect of the bleeder has. The tree greens up and generates power, but then the bleeder pulls the power off. Did I learn this in the lore somewhere? Tree goes red and then builds again. I don't remember reading that anywhere. And the bleeder is doing that? The bleeder has a red power thingy over here. Right, this thing. It's connected to the tree. He said something about, oh, that goes up to the top. Oh, we need to go up. We need to go up to the top. Because I don't think we can get to the bleeder itself. Oh, you're right here. We can get up to the tower. And we can... Hello? Oh, we don't want to be here. Thanks, but no thanks. Take us to the top. I can't walk on elevators. It's my biggest pet peeve about travel in this game. Hi. Here's the red. Oh, this thing. Yeah. God, does this thing destroy the bleeder? If done right? Well, I don't know how to do it right. It's the only thing that's... It's literally... The whole red wire... I thought this was going to be connected to the tree, and it's not. It's just connected to a detonator. Boop. Nothing. Damn. I was like, and nothing at all. It does say it, but it's kind of assumes you unlock the trees in a particular order. Oh, really? Which you didn't. Yeah, I didn't. So the info didn't mean anything. I don't remember any of that. There's some weird flash over there. But I don't think I destroyed the... Yeah, there it goes flashing again. This has maybe something to do with something. Maybe it's not detonating anything because we haven't set up explosives just yet. Hi, Hunrath. Powered. Mirai powered. Mofang powered. Kaptar powered. Why is this one broken? Dunno. Can we use these TV sets? Why are they even here? There's the tree. Looks more green. Well, whatever is supposed to happen up here, we're probably not ready for it yet. So, let's figure something else out. We'll go one more step down. We'll try to get closer to the bleeder and take a look and see just what the heck we're dealing with. And if we can see any clues from this side that we didn't glean in previous playthroughs. Gotta feed Zeus, which means I won't have hands to type, but you're doing fine. Thank you. Enjoy your food, Zeus. Okay, let's get close. You are now... Oh! I see bugs. I see bugs up there. I don't remember seeing them. Or maybe I just didn't close enough and actually... Didn't get close enough, didn't actually look to see the bugs. There's the red wire. It goes there and down somewhere. We can't really see. More bugs. Hi, bug. Lots of zappy yellow bits, which is interesting. And there's no, like, synonymous structure to this in the other worlds that I recall. So that's kind of interesting, too. Oh, the yellow, it's not zappy electric, it's the bugs flapping their wings. Where are you going? Where are you going way up there? How dare you? This one flew right off. Have we really explored this area? Is there perhaps a path through the water or around? I know Mist Woman and water, they don't mix. She's like a witch. She doesn't want to prove that she can float. She just wants to sink like a good Christian. Ah, I don't want to take a picture. Damn it. This, as far as I know, just leads to the dead end over here with the telephone. But nothing this way. This is not quite the path we should be looking at to get in and around there. There is that path over there, which I don't know how to get to just yet. Or so far in all of my streams of this game, I've figured out nothing about this. There's a bridge, and it leads into a cave or something over there. But we haven't figured it out whatsoever. There aren't any clues around here, are there? Looks pretty cool. Oh, it's just a backer item. Okay, we're closer. There's noise. I hear some noises. It's noisy over here. Oh, whole thing did a glowy glow. That's new. Bugs, what's this all about? Fill me in, Bugs. All these little buoys. What are they doing? Are they transmitting its power into the water somehow? Maybe that's why Mist Woman's like, nope. Nope, not going in the water. Not one bit, not for anything. Yeah, there's just this path right off there into nothing. And we've seen on the map, we have the map. Let's pull that up again, just to reconfirm. Where are our older screenshots? Here's the world. So it's hard to see, and I know that the colors aren't probably great coming through stream, but if you look at the map, you can see there are green marker bits on the edges of the circle. And I believe they're all connected to teleportation to the other side somehow. So there is a teleport from the Bleeder, down here to this place up here. So if we can get up here, we can get to the Bleeder. But to get up here, I have no idea. I don't have the foggiest idea. I don't have one tiny bit of a clue. Why am I getting a text from Oz in the middle of me streaming? Aw. Our little has passed out on the floor outside of the bathroom. Just, this is so, I wish I could share this with you. It's so pathos inducing to see your own child just so tired that she couldn't even make it back to bed, passed out in the middle of the floor upon leaving the bathroom. It makes me want to cry. I don't know why. I mean, she's fine, but just it makes me want to cry to see it. Anyway, let's get back into the game. So there's a way to this bridge, to that cave. There is. What? Oz, I'm doing a show. Okay, it looks like she's moved the little. Wait, no, is that the little or is that the tiny? I can't tell actually. I have a bundle of child now in the bed, wrapped up in my special blanket, which looks better than the floor. Cool. Okay. It is the little.
Wookie, wookie, wookie.
Thanks for clarifying, Oz. Yeah. So sweet. It breaks my heart. I don't know why. Not that there's anything particularly wrong with falling asleep on the floor, but just seeing it, it just creates a pathos within me. She went potty and then was like, nope, I'm done. Sweetie. I'm glad she's comfy and in blankets and stuff now, even if she's in your streaming space. Okay, so if we were to really look at this map hardcore and find the way to Bleeder Lake. Bleeder Lake is gotta be opposite. It's gotta be this space. This is Starter Canyon. This is where we first entered the game, so it's nowhere near here. Not even connected. There's a wall, a very thick line here, so I don't think you can get through Starter Canyon into this space. I think you get into this space from either the water. I think you get there from the water. I think that's it. I think that's the only answer, is from the water. So let's really explore the water and see what the heck we can find. Staring at the map, it's the only thing that makes sense is this water source wraps around and it comes up and there's a waterfall right here that we turned off. Right there. How do we get that activated again? Or how do we get here again? There's this staircase. And it looks like there's a way to get to it from there. Can we get back to that staircase? That's a big thing. Because we can come back here and there is... Is there a way up? Can we get the minecart back here and then go up? Is that a thing? Have we neglected that all this time? Okay, let's get the minecart again because I feel like it's been long time since we've played with this minecart. I feel like this might be something. Take me home, country road. Let's go back in. Have a seat. Excellent. Great. I love it. Perfect. W and S. Oh, right. You actually hold down the button. Oh, nope. We're not going to go that way. We want to go that way. Good. Great. Good so far. Want to stay to the right? We're staying to the right. Even better. We're going to make our way downtown. Oh, here we have to change the switch. I'm positive. Hey, friend. Hey, switch. It's you that way. Excellent. We're heading in. We're going, we don't want to go over there. Switch you. And take us into the garage. And from here, can you take me up? We're home. Take me up. Is that not up? That's not up. Are you up? Oh, you're the beam. Never mind. I don't need the beam. I want up. Left stick. Oh, I don't have a left stick. Is there no, like, up button from here? This looks like it should be an up button. It's definitely not. Turning back on again. This moves this around. What am I... Is there something I need to aim at with this zapper? I don't think I see it. Yeah, I wouldn't know what I'm shooting at. All the blue zappies for no good reason. That just literally turns that console on and off. I guess we can just exit. We cannot exit? Does this need to be flipped around? Is there no way to make this like go up from here? If we flipped this around, I don't think it would necessarily change anything. Let's back out so we can exit. Where's the exit? Where can I finally leave this thing? Thank you. Jeez. Yeah, I don't necessarily see a way to... This does not really look like a mine shaft elevator thing after all, upon closer inspection. We can climb up this way. Does it get us to the same level as that did? I guess so. I guess getting here, this is where the minecart would have been. Right here. This! What is this? Why can we only press down but not up? That's maybe how we got the minecart in the first place. But then this over here. Wait, have we never opened this? Bro. I'm disappointed in myself. I've been in this area 4 or 5 times. Maybe more. I never saw this door. I never saw this door. Not once. Is it new? Did I do something to clear like the tracks? No way, I did something. Something changed? These tracks are different. Okay, it's not just me. It is not just me. Oh, I super thought that I was just that bad at games. Where did all these minecarts go? The minecarts that were right here and over there. You couldn't open it before there were carts and stuff in the way. Where did they go? How did that happen? Where are they? Where are the carts? That's so Deus Ex Machina. And also really, really gaslighting. Because all I need to see is like a brief cutscene that'd be like, yeah, look what you did. Now these carts over here are moving out of the way. Every like Mario game, Banjo-Kazooie, you make stuff move by pressing a button in a distant place. It's gonna show you in another part of the map what you did, but not this game. Oh, I super thought I was just that awful. I could never see this door before. I'm only seeing it now for the first time. Why is this game like this? Why hide stuff and then randomly, seemingly randomly, make it reappear or make it appear for the first time? All this, and I even looked at this place so many times, like, God, if I could just find a way to move these mine carts. And I never found a way to move the mine carts. They moved, but I never found it. I never said, this is what I'm going to do, and then sought to do it, and then saw the reaction, the reward for my hard work. They just randomly disappeared, as far as I'm concerned. Was there a trigger? Probably. Did the game let me know? Not at all. Not one iota. I didn't even read anything that says, in order to move the mine carts, here's what I would do. And then you save it for later. And then you do it later. Go look at the tree. What's going on with the tree? Tree looks yellow. Do you have all the mine carts over here? Is that why? I see some carts over there, but I don't know. I don't think those are the same ones that got blocked. I don't know. Tree looks fine. It's got all its leaves. I took a picture accidentally. Yeah, I don't see anything different. As far as I could tell. Okay, anyway, so let's walk through this door that I just opened. It's been a slow progression this whole game, you just haven't noticed. What has? The framework around the tree is new? What framework? Like these shields? These whatever the heck these things are? Dyson sphere bits? Were they not here before? They look like maybe they're new, but frankly, I don't remember, to be honest. If you're like, those have always been there. I bet, yeah, those have always been there. You're right. You're right, and I don't remember. I am not dedicating enough of this game to memory. And here's the thing. Let's say I had a notebook and was doing this game right. And these shields randomly operated at one point, but I didn't note it. Could I have noted before they appeared that around the tree was an open space area with no shields? You would never write that down because you don't know that shields will appear later. And so unless you were... You could not mark this to remember, oh, there goes the tree turning red and something weird happened over there. You could never remember on your own that the tree had nothing around it and then write that down in your notebook. Nobody who's sane would write down the state of all of the props in the game. Now, maybe if you're just a remembery sort of person, which I am when it comes to certain topics, but apparently not video games for some stupid reason, you might remember this tree had unobstructed, no weird rusty metal shields around it sort of area. You might just remember it, but you would never mark it anywhere. You would never write it down. Now that the shields are here, I'm thinking they're new. But if somebody told me, no, D, they've always been there, your memory's just that bad, I'd be like, oh, I believe you. I believe you. That was what was on the carts. All of those absorptive shields. Most people who play every day, yeah. I'm in an era where rather than playing games every day, including playing this game every day, or rotating this game through other games every 2 to 3 days, perhaps, I play 0 games right now. Right now, the era of my life is the time that I have for gaming is when I stream. I recently popped onto Marvel Rivals and played a little bit of their PvE Vampire Hunter thingy, just because I like Vampire Hunter shit. But besides that, I have not been actively gaming unless I stream, which means 10 hours a week, which for me is quite low historically, and only when live streaming, only when there's light shining in my eyes, and I'm thinking about hosting and reading several different chats at the same time, and how's my backdrop, and do we have the right angle, and getting my timing right so I don't screw over tomorrow morning, clock into my other job. And it's not the best environment to just rote memorize games. Yeah, or at least more often and with less interruption than you do. Very true. Have the experience of, wait a minute, did it always look like this? Is this different? That's true. And me, I looked at it several times on, oh, yeah, it's always looked like that. I don't know. Didn't notice it one bit. And then it continues changing more and more, so you start paying attention to it. Interesting. Yeah, I've definitely missed that. Whatever was happening to the tree, I had no clue. No basis of knowledge there. Well, it looks like we can actually get to the bleeder. This is our first time we've been up here, so this is interesting. The source of the waters. No, we've been up here once because we messed with that lever, which got us water flowing. I don't think we'll mess with it again. But yeah, we did this like maybe first or second stream of the game we got up here. It's just been ages. And so that the fact that there's another path up here now, yeah, my brain almost doesn't wrap around it. And here it is. Here's the thing we looked for this. We spent a long time looking for this very portal. And now we're here. Finally approaching the fucking bleeder. What's up? Hello. Hey bugs, will the bugs help me? Are we all gonna come together and take care of business? I feel like this is an important thing. We've started this for so long. We're finally here. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? What's our MO? We're gonna plant some explosives and then we're gonna go up the tower and blow it up. Hello? What? Huh? What are you doing? Some noise is happening. Pardon me while I open up your thingy. There's a lot of explosives here. And this connects the red wire to them, is what it looks like it does. Red wire to explosives. You all know what the next step is. I know what the next step is. We're climbing up that tower. And then what? Is there more game after that? I wonder. Because this feels like a pretty epic, potentially final blow to the tree people. Will we move on to actual storyline, figuring out what the heck is happening in this game? The world will finally reveal its final secrets. Okay, what's the fastest way to get to that tower? Probably climbing up that. Can we climb up that this way? No. No. Fastest way is through the town and using the elevator straight up there. Yeah, not going over to the water. Because this way and around the tree, this is the right path for sure. Yeah, are we being harmful to another species? Are we like draining the tree of its power for no good reason? Or was the tree being were the trees being really bad actors? And those like red alien creatures doing bad stuff to all of us through their trees. Maybe the trees were part of their strategy. And those red monsters, are those the Mofang that we're meeting? Maybe they're the real awful people, and they're the ones who are doing all this to us. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find all this stuff out. Maybe after we do this. Let's figure this out. Ba-boom. Yes. Oh, big bada boom. Going out with a bang. Destroyed the bleeder in Hunrath. Damn, that's a big explosion. Okay. Hi. Almost there. Almost where? Are we? Okay, the tree's glowing. Sure. There's lots of bugs. Okay. The bugs seem to be going for your battery, though, dude. And you're shooting a bunch of lasers on your track. Oh, okay. Yeah? Really? What's all the zappies happening down there, friend? Do I? CW. Wait. CW. Oh, what's going on here? Uh-huh. Okay, there's a lot of static. Yeah? Should I go down to the tree? Let's hear out CW first. Oh, the shield's getting all yellowy and stuff. Hello? Oh, everything's getting white. What did I do? No. Home run, returned to Earth. I didn't press anything. What do you mean, what happened here? What's all gone? Is Earth a wasteland? Wait, who's this over here? Is that Farley? What did I do wrong? What's that? Like a big nuclear fallout or something. It looks bad. Do we find the bad ending? Oh no. Yeah, that don't look good. It's sweeping over everything. Hey, CW. CW. Uh-oh, they went. They're done. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the rest of oh yeah, it looks like a wasteland over there. Oh my. Yeah, the storm is consuming us, as it were. Can we go down the... No, there's no going down. Did we die? Oh, I guess we did. I think we must have died or something. Oh, or that was the ending? I don't know. Did we go back and try to find a different way? Tara says there's a book or note or something somewhere that mentions CW's plan and his battery and stuff. I might have read it, but I might have forgotten everything it said, to be perfectly honest. Is that GG? I don't know. I'm absolutely certain you don't remember it, but it opens up options at this point. I can't remind you what your options are after this plays out. Oh, can remind me. Okay, thank you. Maybe I need that. Yeah, GG. I guess we found out that we traveled back to Earth and Earth was awful. So maybe the trees were trying to save us and make it so we didn't go back to a wasteland Earth because they knew that the Earth was dying. Was that maybe true of all the planets, the bugs and the other people? They were all their planets were destined to face some sort of apocalypse. And the trees were like, hey, what if we give you a new biodome and put some key individuals there? We'll stick you in and we'll save just you, like a Noah's Ark sort of thing. You can reload. We found an ending. Yeah, there was a very rude bad there. Let's go back. Boop. Let's go load. Boop. Can we do wait. Is this right? Maybe. These first time 100. Load? Is the right thing? Whoa, hello? Why is it not doing the thing? Hello? Why is the game stuck? Or maybe it's loading. Maybe. Oh, hang tight. We're seeing a lot of sky and some textures. And oh, I can pause the game. Let's hit resume. Resume. Oh, hey, we can move. Oh, okay. We're moving again. So maybe it saved just before we hit the plunger. Maybe we don't hit the plunger because we don't trust CW. And I don't know what we do then. I didn't see any particular alternate routes or other ideas. CW wanted to just shift Hunrath back to Earth, yes. But Earth wasn't the right choice. No, it was not. Earth was a very not good choice. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Can we go through the tree and maybe turn off No, if we turn off one of the goos, that's not going to be good, would it? Do you remember all his talking about his battery? Not at all. Not one iota. Not the tiniest little bit. Do we go back to his battery and mess with that? He did say something about he hoped the bugs weren't going to mess with his battery. but that was not a clue to me. I had no indication that his battery would be a good or bad thing, or that it would toggle travel to a world or not. Man, am I just bad at like story-based games, or is this game, you know, I feel like, and this, I used to say, you know, the Myst games, they're from a different era. So when they teach you stuff, you know, they do expect you to sort of write it down somewhere, and you sort of like, you log the game and you learn. And if you don't remember it, that's like your own fault because you're not paying enough attention. But this game, whatever, was this like 2016, 2017, something like that? Like, this was an era where if you needed to remember things that were critical to the story, most game designers like gave you an in-game compendium, some sort of an encyclopedia of like, hey, the battery is important because blah, 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 blah. And so you're not spending all that time making another copy of the game on paper for your own needs. The game's internal works help you remember what's important about the game and maybe distill all the red herrings. This game seems chock full of things that I've read, seen, looked carefully at, smushed my Mist Woman face against, and found that they were not connective to the world or the main story in any way. There's so much time waste in this game. It's almost to the level of a JRPG, where you spend hours like leveling up your character, fighting slimes in a forest, so that you can get more money, so you can buy more gear, so you can fight stronger monsters, so you can get more experience and buy more gear, and et cetera, et cetera. This feels like that because they just don't give you any direction. He spends a lot of time talking about how the battery is a key part of his plan. Make sure you turn it on over and over and over, enough that you actually do remember him talking about it. Yeah, I remember him talking about the battery. I would say, though, that his pressure of me turning the battery on and then him failing at his plan by sending us to a ruined Earth, it doesn't dawn on me that if his plan sucked, that the battery was the reason why, if that makes sense. No, it means a lot. There are references and notes and journals that CW's plan is faulty. I guess. Again, like, I don't know. For all of my thinking about, like, what his plan is, I still don't know if I would make the logical jump of, therefore, out of all the things that CW asked me to do, because he asked me to do a lot of other different things too, like connecting all the trees. Why wouldn't I go back and try to disconnect one of the trees and see what happens then? There are a lot of different little things. Oh, didn't he ask me to destroy emitters? There's so many different things he's asked me to do along the way, and I don't remember all of our conversations. Messing with his battery is not... This doesn't dawn on me that this affects where we go. That's what I think I'm missing, is like a very important document that says if the battery is not connected, the destination changes. Something really obvious like that. Not that everything has to be obvious, but it is awfully cryptic that you would mess with this, in my opinion. And I actually don't remember reading stuff about his plan being faulty either, to be honest. So that would make it even worse, is that if there was something that says, don't trust CW, his plan sucks, I forgot that already. Part of it too is like, if you're faster at beating this game than I was, because I was slow, we were talking, I was doing a lot of just like looking at the world and trying to be slow. Like, you know, you all say I moved through some of the Myst games too fast. So I really was trying to be slower and more consuming it all and looking at all angles, making sure I didn't miss anything. That means that the distance I had between dialogue bits or when I read something interesting and then moved on to other parts of the game, I have a long time to forget all that shit. And like, could I go back and reread everything again? And when it comes to CW dialogue, I guess I'd have to, or any of the character dialogue, I guess I'd have to look up walkthroughs, because you can't replay their dialogues again. I just feel like there's not enough in-game tools to help you remember the important things. So for me, live streaming the game, I don't want to stop and record everything myself. I don't want to look up walkthroughs. I'll probably spoil something. So I guess soft tinting is where it's at. It was many weeks ago that you were reading all that stuff about it. Yeah. And so at some point I'm like, that's ages ago. I can't remember back that far. And I have a good memory. It just gets used for other stuff, really. All right. Plunge. Explode. Bugs. Other explode. Hey, friend. He's going to do the thing. Some weird noises. Yeah? I hear you. I don't see you. Double crossed you. Oh, I screwed you over. Come up on screen. I want to see your vitriol. There he is. Everything's yellow. It was red, wasn't it? Now it's yellow. Mm-hmm. So that you know. What if you spent a lot of time here? What if this game took you years to beat? And he's like, you didn't spend a lot of time here. Everything's so yellow. And it was all yellow. He's not upset at me yet, so he doesn't know. What you got for me, buddy? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. It's me. I'm the double crosser. I checked too. You didn't check the battery at the last moment. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Sure. Let's go to hell, buddy. I'll see you there. He's so upset. Scattered seeds left the nest. Oh, look, we're in some sort of utopia. An alien utopia, but a utopia nonetheless. You better thank me, buddy. You thank me for what I did. For my traitorous ways. Farley. She did. Oh, wait, look at that. Is this all the worlds? Looks kind of like a little bit of everything. Farley, what you got? all made it. Aw. Come up on the screen, Caroline. Let me see you two together. Listen to that hopeful music. Hello? Do I have to go down there? Yeah, look at all this. All the worlds all squishing together. I think I have to go down there. Let's go down. Let's go down. Hello? Let's go down. I want to visit everybody. Looks like we did the right... Oh, okay. The world is just ending. Never mind. I thought we get to visit them too, but nope. Oh, hey. Credit roll again. Credit roll again. That's got to be the good ending, right? That looks like the good ending. I think we got the good ending. I wish they would tell us, though. The battery is the only thing you can affect about his plan, other than just never blowing up the bleeder, but then you've effectively stopped playing the game. All right. Good stuff. Caroline Fowler was Caroline Farley. They really did not want her to have a different name. They picked a made-up name as close to her real name as possible. It's kind of weird. Yeah, different. Like, I get how the bleeder is kind of... You have to do that part to see the ending of the game. But the battery being a component to change the outcome just didn't... I can't recall the piece of lore that indicates, hey, this is going to be important. Come mess with this, and you're going to get a completely different outcome. Yeah. Well, we did it. Thanks, everybody. There are only two endings. They have the shitty ending and the utopian ending, where all the worlds come together in bliss and future preserving happiness. And you don't get to see anything either. Kind of, I mean, you get to see it from afar, how the worlds all bleed together, all the different spheres are squished into one space. Yeah. It was... The ideas behind the game were pretty interesting. I don't know that we ever got good solid answers, but for some stories, I think that can be okay. And especially when it comes to aliens and their motivations, like how are they all connecting together? What are their roles? How are they interacting with one another? Maybe some of that's beyond our ken, and that's okay. I recently was reminded because the kiddos are watching the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles series, which is out of the animated series of Ninja Turtles. I think it's the third and most recent, even though now it's quite old. And I was just curious, like, how faithful to the comic books the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles are. And I never read the original comics. And so I looked it up, and they said one of the things about the original Ninja Turtles comics is their conflicts with like human and small scale enemies, antagonists, and revenge arcs and all that. That was a very small part of the story, but the vast majority of Ninja Turtle comic interaction is on the the universe scale. You have these cosmic battles between different alien forces, and they don't explain good, bad. Here's the white hat and the black hat cowboys. Here's who the Ninja Turtles should be siding with. Everybody's got like weird agendas, and there's no cut and dry like ethics you can pull from it, which I think is really interesting, because truly, if we were to ever interact with advanced alien species, races, whatever, there's a strong chance we don't really find out enough about how they live and what they value to get it. Because it might just be so beyond our capacity to understand, and vice versa. See, I missed it too, but I missed it because I only ever talked to CW once. Really? So you talked to him once. He sent you off on whatever his first mission was, which is what? To like destroy the red emitter. And then you're like, well, I'm not going to talk to this guy ever again. He sent me on the mission and I did the mission. What else is there in the world? Something like that. I kept talking to him because I felt like he was like a quest hub. But then I got to a place where he was like, now connect all the trees. And that took me like weeks, right? It's like his last quest before this tonight's stream was basically like, I need all the trees connected. And I had no idea what he meant or how to do that or what the hell he was on about. And so my quest giver just stopped being useful and stopped talking to me. You couldn't get extra hints from him, which I think would have been great. For a game like this, if you could just go back to CW and be like, yo, so you said connect the trees? I was like, oh, yeah, you haven't traveled to this planet yet? What happens if you go over to this part of Arizona? I hear there's an emitter. I don't know. Something that gives a little bit more guidance. But Cyan's not a game developer that's known for creating games that help you along with the navigation. Not one bit. So the fact that CW gave us any designation was, yeah, surprising. I don't usually like other people being in my games, so I never wanted to go interact with him. He was also like my least favorite character. He's kind of a scrapper, kind of rude, kind of led you around a lot. Whereas I think Farley, she was like cool. And honestly, whoever they got for Farley, and I'd want to do some research on this, but she seemed very like amateur, but also real at the same time. You can sort of tell when somebody's never acted before in their life and they're bad at it. You can also tell when somebody's like just being like authentic and salt of the earth and like not a well-practiced actress sort of person. And I couldn't tell with whoever they got to play Farley. It was like, are you that good at being authentic? Or have you never had media training? I can't figure it out. But I think the fact that she sounded her lines were delivered so poorly and she was so not trained, it made her feel more like a real salt of the earth person from the era that she was reaped from, as opposed to like a well-polished actress filling in that role. They did a good job casting her, I guess I mean to say. The first thing is just telling you to turn the power on. Oh, gotcha. Turn the power on, so I was done with them. Like, okay, did the thing, bye. GG now? Yes. GG now? I don't know. Do we stay up and do much, or should I get extra sleep this evening compared to other nights? Yes, sir, you did the things. We've got one more game in this vein. It's not made by Cyan. Man, this is a long credit roll. This was recommended by Sierra, who has watched a lot of the puzzle games that we've played. And we picked this up before sometime last year, I think. And it's in the same vein. This one is made by... Where is this one made by? Hello? Publisher Microids? Have you heard of Microids before? So, yeah, it's supposed to be sort of in the same vein, but definitely not a Cyan game, which makes me kind of excited to try something that's definitely not Cyan based. And then we're closing off this playlist, and we'll move on to other things. I still haven't decided. Control 2 is coming out very soon, and I will stream that. Even though it's a story-heavy game, it is the Remedy games honestly have my heart. And because they're a Finnish publisher and I'm Finnish American, there's some sort of identitarian moment there. No, it's not just that. Even if I wasn't Finnish, I just think they do really great games. But I did want to beat Control 1 again before playing Control 2 and putting those into their own playlist. So we might do Control 1, but I don't know if I should do it on Fridays or Saturdays. We're going to do this other Myst-like game after this one. I don't know how to pronounce this. Amazone? It's called Amazone. That's what we're going to be playing this time next Saturday. And then after that, I have to figure some stuff out. Come play Minecraft. I know Minecraft is so like if I could probably pinpoint everybody in this chat that there's at least one of you that wants me to stream Minecraft. There's at least one of you that wants me to stream Chants of Sennar. There's at least one of you that wants me to stream Enshrouded. And it is in my interest going forward, once I finish out the Myst playlist and the Mother Games playlist, to do less focusing on games and more focusing on chat, just chatting, and make this stream more into something closer to a podcast and a conversation and live conversations than just sitting and playing games where most of the game's story and happenings are like the main character and I'm guiding you through it. That said, I'm not saying no to any of those specifically, just we'll see how this all works out in the future. This part of the credits is Kickstarter backers. Yeah, this is super long. We're only in the C's, and there's no button that I've found on the keyboard that makes this go faster. So if you're a backer of this game, congratulations. You're getting just free exposure of your name. Chance has a free demo worth about an hour or so of play, depending on how you play. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I have wanted for at least half a year to expand us communicating, sharing ideas, diving into deep topics, exposing, fact checking, researching, getting into more like hotter topics, debate worthy stuff, political stuff, religious stuff, like really deep diving into things that make most people uncomfortable. And honestly, and unfortunately, most of my friends who streamed or still stream and family members who have gotten into the space, they historically, and I think even today, almost all of them say this is a safe space from all of that. If you want to talk political, if you want to talk religious, if you want to talk anything that's like controversial, don't do it here. Good vibes only. Just come in and talk about the cool stuff and your pets and the shows you've been watching, and let's just decompress and let's just have a good time with each other, you guys. Let's just be friends. I want this channel, wherever you're watching me from, to be the one place where you can say, I'm able to talk about stuff. I'm able to bring up difficult things. I'm able to talk about grief and loss and breakups and health and mental health and politics and religion and everything that is impolite to discuss in other places, and where elsewhere on other people's channels you will get muted, banned, whatever, for even bringing it up. There should be one place where we can discuss these sort of things and sort of really weigh with charitability for each other the concepts that other places won't let you chat. And I get that it's kind of dangerous to present myself as that sort of platform, because I do think that there are a number of far right radicalized people that say, we stand for free speech. Come here and you can say whatever you want. And who goes to those channels? Those far, far right, we believe in free speech channels. Mostly like neo-Nazi, racist, sort of ethno-state, trying to create a place for white Christian males to thrive kind of scenarios. And they find these, you know, safe havens that they build for themselves so that they've got a place where they can thrive, collect, support each other, and make them feel like, yes, those awful emotions that you have that increase the suffering of many, they're valid because you found 10,000 other people that also feel that same way. That's not what I want to do. I just meant with your extra time on stream, since you don't like to start a new one midway through. Oh, you mean tonight? Yeah, I don't know. Should I stream for longer or should I get more sleep tonight? What do you guys think? Clothing that's too tight makes me uncomfortable. Clothing that's too tight on you or clothing that's too tight on other people? Because those are two very different takes, right? There's the idea that when clothing presses in on your skin and if it squishes your organs and nerves in such a way, or there's the sensation of what it's like to compress yourself in. There's also the sensation, which is very different, and I think your sentence could be taken both ways, where you're out in public and you look at somebody and it's like you can see every nuance of their body with no imagination. You know every angle, every curve and turn and bit and bob, and you don't have to imagine what they would look like without the clothes because their clothes are essentially contouring their body to a T. That could also make one feel comfortable. On me. I don't give a fuck what other people wear as long as I don't have to have it stuffed into my eyeballs. That's fair. Honestly, I feel the same way. I've seen a number of people spilling out of clothes, wearing little, wearing lots. You can be very conservative and have your collar all the way up your neck and long clothes that cover your ankles and everything. Wear gloves out in public. Wear a visor so the sun never hits your face. Sunglasses so no one ever sees your eyes. Or you can have, you know, areola popping out. Every bit of your body contoured. Hi, Stuart. And be like as nude as somebody can be in public without getting police intervention saying, hey, you're breaking some sort of decency regulation or law here. And in either extreme, I don't care. Honestly, like most people, if you think about just like your general average John Q public, and if you're of something of like a natural level of interest in humanity or attraction to people, most people you see on the street, you're not attracted to, right? Most of us anyways. So it doesn't matter if they're dressed nice, poor, lots of clothes, little clothes. Most of them are just going to be like just a human being that's doing their own thing. They're dressed for their own reasons. You could just ignore them because you got other shit to do. They got shit to do. Who cares what they look like? Do your own thing. But how you dress for you, that's important. Yeah. Yeah. As long as I can look at something else, I'm fine. Yeah. If somebody's not like up in my face, then sure. I don't care what they wear. But yeah, for me, clothing is pretty important. I often spend most of my days since I have started working from home wearing almost nothing, and that's just how I like to be. Can't do that on stream, but yeah, I've found in my life I'm not very appreciative of clothes. When I wear clothes, I like to look really good, and we'll get to the point where, as I build a budget to do so, I want to expand my wardrobe so the things that I wear look great on camera when I'm streaming. Because when I'm streaming, that is one of the few times when I wear clothes, when it's time for me to wear clothes. So then I like to wear nice clothes and look good and look and feel confident with the stuff that I'm wearing. And comfort is huge. And I think that's true for how I feel about other people's clothing too. If you wear something that's too tight, constricting, or uncomfortable, or pinches you wrong, or stabs you in the wrong place, everybody can tell. Everybody can see that you have a discomfort. Now, maybe you feel two ways. You feel like, one, like a badass because you're dressed in a certain way and you just feel like you're exuding power. But two, you're probably maybe also in pain. And it's hard to turn that off and say, no, just look at the badass part of my face. Ignore the pain part of my face. I'm a badass. I'm a badass. I promise. I like to see people in maximal comfort. So even if you're dressed like in just big baggy clothes and you're not concerned about colors, you're just concerned about fabric and feel, and is it comfy and is it fuzzy? Is it the right amount of temperature for the weather that you're about to enter? That creates a certain sort of attraction to me. I find that people at their most comfortable are generally at their most attractive as well, because they don't have anything else they have to regulate. They're not concerned about how those shoes pinch their feet. They're not concerned about, do I have to adjust this thing that keeps like sliding off me funny or whatever. This is more women's fashion than men's, but it's true for both. I think there are just certain clothes that when you're made to be uncomfortable, you lack confidence, you lack grace, because now you're concerned about how uncomfortable you are. I like to see people at maximal comfort because then their personality really comes out and their confidence really comes out. Unless you're wearing something really dumpy and ratty. But then, upgrade, change to something else. Was this game something you considered fun? I feel like Abduction's story was fun to learn, but the distance between parts where you learned the story was too vast. The traveling around and seeing the world and trying to solve for different puzzles was fine, but there was too much of that and too little story. I would have preferred almost the other direction. So much so that I find myself liking, and I think a lot of people don't, I find myself liking walking sims, because walking sims are usually like 90% story and 10% moving through a world, maybe solving a puzzle, maybe choosing A or B paths and that sort of thing. But they're very gameplay light and they focus very heavy on telling you a great story. Then it feels like almost like interactive theater at that point. This game was the opposite. It was too little story, and the story was interesting, so I wanted more of it. I wanted to dive in deeper, but the game didn't let me. They just didn't have as much of it as I wanted. And the stuff that you did, a lot of it was walking around and guessing and trying things and probing around it. It just wasn't, that part wasn't as captivating for me. I wouldn't play another game like this again. Although I'm going to play another game like this again next Saturday. Because I promised. So I don't know. This isn't the height of fun for me. The height of fun for me are deep story games. I would almost go into, like, let's say Control 2 was really, really hard in combat, and they had an option like they do in Alan Wake 2 to turn the combat part off, or like make you invincible or whatever, infinite ammo. I'd almost consider, if the combat's too hard, to just turn all that shit off and just really enjoy the story. Because Remedy does do high-end story writing. And I'm finding that that's what I prefer in a game these days over, can I learn the system and get excellent at playing the game? Because maybe it's just because I played so many games that I'm disinterested in becoming great at one, because there's another one waiting around the corner for me to play anyways. So Why do I want to be excellent at one game when I'm going to drop it like a bad habit and move on to something else within a couple months? But a great story sticks with you. You can talk about it. You can analyze it. You can have conspiracy theories, all that kind of shit. Yeah. I love having a house that is just my wife, so I never need to wear anything. That's what I'm talking about. That's the good stuff. You're just around your family. You just wear what you want to wear. Just be comfy, whatever the temperature allows you to be. And yeah, usually I just got a robe on, and that's just so I don't have bare ass sitting on my chair. That is true. So while we are sort of like a nudity positive household, we do have a house rule that if you're going to sit on furniture, any furniture, your own bed, any chair, your chair that has your name on it, doesn't matter. You gotta at least have like underwear or a towel or something. No transmitting your bare bits onto the furniture that other people are gonna have to use. Yeah, just that part. There's freedom and comfort, and then there's politeness, empathy toward other people that have to share your living space with you. Yeah. I live in jammies. It's great. Jammies are fantastic. You're already ready to take a nap whenever you need or want. You are properly clothed to answer the door if you need to, and just be chill and comfortable, and you're not presenting in any way, and you're at your maximum brain capacity. You're not dedicating a portion of your brain to how do I feel? How do I engage? How do I move past what I'm mitigating with my feet, my legs, my arms, or the strap, or this whatever, because I'm just slightly uncomfortable or majorly uncomfortable in some people's clothes case. I have 2 pairs of jeans. I think I'm there right now too. Everything else is silk, velvet, terry cloth. I don't know how that one's spelled. Pajama style or Eastern style clothes. Good stuff. Yeah, again, if you're chilling at house, if you're especially hermiting or work from home, why dress uncomfortably? You're not presenting for anybody unless you do live streams like I do, in which case I have, other requirements for how I'd like to look that I want to build up. So wouldn't you maximize all of your other systems? You get everything else, the maximum attention, which means divert attention away from how your clothes make you feel. Your clothes at some point should be ignorable. I can ignore this and I can do all the other things I want to do in my life. Ultimately, I think that's a one guiding principle for me in my life is if something distracts me from my own thoughts and creativity or emotions and connections with my family because I'm focused on this other thing, I toss it out. Whether that's clothes that are uncomfortable, whether it's like a addicting app on my phone that I'd rather look at than talk to my family, anything that makes me less than what I want to be or diverts me off of a path that I want to be on. Yeah. That's definitely true for clothes too. I mean, we also live in a hot southern state too, so I just feel like the vast majority of my time I'm wearing as little as possible to stay cool so that I'm not constantly running the AC. So then we save money on electric by trying to keep the HVAC costs down to a minimum. So then we can use that money to do things like have nice experiences or not have to cook in the kitchen for every meal and just like be more flexible with stuff. Whereas I could dress in lots of layers, I guess, and wear socks in the house, maybe even shoes in the house. I would never do that, actually. Never wear shoes in my house. And then run the AC so that I was comfortable in layers of clothes. But that seems like such a waste of money. Why do it that way? Especially when nobody's looking at me. Man, we're all the way to Z's. We've talked a lot. We're finally at Z's. Oh, and then others. There's some other pimp in Strange. And one person's name was just a series of numbers. Do we get to see anything? We gave everybody love. Oh, there's more. Abduction babies. That's a weird phrase right there. Annika, Millie, Evan, and Andrew. Good stuff. Well, let me guess. This is going to take us just straight to the splash at the beginning. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And this is one game where the splash is completely empty of music and everything. It makes me wish I had a musical thing happening on in the background. Today's the third. It just moved to the third over where I am. It might be still the second where you are. In something like 10 days or so, 10 or 11 days, I tally everybody's subs, donations, gift subs, and everything else. And the meter for the new camera that we're looking to replace this camera that was purchased from before I started streaming, that meter will move. I'll tally up everything that comes through. I can't often see the exact math ahead of time. So if you do send through any particular channel, any sort of support, I don't always see like the full rake or what taxes or splits or whatever looks like ahead of time. And some of this stuff is variable depending on what platform you use. So I generally wait until it all comes to fruition. That's usually just before the halfway point of the month. I do have a feeling like once I tally at the mid-month mark, this is gonna probably fill. I saw like roughly a third and then another third. I feel like we're gonna see another third happen thereabouts or so. So thanks for all your support. It's never a requirement for you to be in my inner circle and be part of this family. We talk about you guys and how much you mean and the stuff that we're excited to hear. And if you guys are struggling and you share that on either of our Discords, we talk about that stuff too. Y'all are like, our little parasocial families, both Oz's, goblins, and all you fledglings and ghosts to me. So you mean a lot. And the filling of these goals, this is just something that I just keep track of just for funsies, so you can kind of see how stuff gets funded and everything that's ever happened. All the stuff behind us that I didn't own before I started streaming. Some of the stuff's owned from before I started streaming. The lights, not the camera, but the lights and the microphone and boom arm and just everything. I'm a streamer because of you guys. I mean, I could stream right out the gate with some stuff I had that were just like office supplies. But the show is really at the level that it is, and the value and production quality and everything, that's all thanks to you guys. These are things I don't think I could have done, and also provided for kids, and also did a transcontinental move early on into my streaming career, and just all these, and like all the games and everything. All this stuff it's hard to figure out where to divert money to and make all that happen at the same time as, do we get new equipment and keep trying to build our own little home studios. And we're doing it twice, right? Oz has her completely separate setup in our room, and then I have this one downstairs. So yeah, it's a lot, but I super appreciate all that you've done and contributed. And again, yeah, the reason why we're able to do this and we're able to go more full time with this is because you all believed in us. I don't know what to make from that except to try to continue to prove that we're worth it. that you'll have something to continue to come back to and say, like, yeah, we made the right choice. Every little sub or gift or whatever was worth it, because look at what we built together. So appreciate that very much. Yeah. I have flip-flops I wear to walk around the house because surprise, cat barf in your toes is gross. Yeah. Our two cats generally find the roughly the same like 2 places to barf all the time. We do have places with hard floor and we have places with carpet. And our cats refuse to barf on hard floor. No, it has happened once in the last year. But they always find carpet. They just always seem to be on the carpet. And they're like, oh, here, this is a great place to void my stomach. Which is just extra fun. But we keep Enzymic cleaner and the whole shebang. So, you know, our floors are not awful. But yeah, it does suck to accidentally step in that. But I hate wearing shoes generally. We are a no shoes household. We have shoe rack that you take off your shoes when you enter the house and then just go barefoot everywhere. And the good news is, at least upstairs, the cats don't do anything up there for some reason. I don't know if it's altitude thing. As soon as they go up the stairs, they never puke, but it seems to be the case. So there are some places in the house that are completely safe for being barefoot. I'm all about the flip-flops and sandal life. I wear sandals out of the house, especially if you're just like going off on a short drive or you're just going to pop out somewhere and pop back. You don't have to do a lot of walking. I'll just slide on some sandals. Yeah. I hate wearing shoes unless I'm doing something like a hike where they're needed. Yeah, if I'm doing yard work or a hike or something with a lot of walking, shoes 100%, because it's just it saves your feet at the end of the day. The only shoes I wear when I go out are sandals. Nice. Yeah. That's me like probably 75% of the time. I confuse the crap out of Texans if there's ever snow here because I wear sandals then too. I don't see an issue with that, especially in southern states with snow. And they're sure my toes will fall off. I only dress warmer if I feel like the cold's going to affect me. So I've been, out and about. There was one day where I was out and about when it wasn't snowing, but it was like really cold rain, maybe almost sleet. It was really, really cold and windy. But I was taking a short drive. I was going to pop out of the car, walk from the parking lot into a building, walk back into the building to the car, and then head home in a really roughly short outing. So I wasn't going to like grab a sweater, a sweatshirt, shoes and socks and all that sort of stuff. Because the amount of time where I'm not in like an environment with a heater was really, really low. And this one like old lady saw me and like really chastised me. In fact, she said something kind of like perverted, in my opinion. She was like, if you were my kid, I would spank you. I'm like, I don't know if I'm young enough to be your kid. Well, I don't know how old she was. She looked like grandma age or whatever. I'm like, I might be your kid age, but why are you talking about spanking a complete stranger? Like, why do you want to touch my butt? But she was like, you're gonna catch your death of cold while you're out here, or catch a cold, not catch your death of cold, but catch a cold while you're out here. And I straight up said it. This is the first time I've ever said this to a stranger, but I've thought this 100 times and never said it. And for this woman, because she was so weird, I just went and said it. And I was like, lady, don't you know that germs make you sick? Because I researched this a while back. I always thought it was funny. Like, we live in an era where we understand bacteria, viruses. We know how we get sick. And yet people still have this weird thought that if you breathe cold air or you let your body get cold because it's out in inclement weather and you don't have proper protective clothing, that the bacteria or the virus is going to enter your nose and give you a disease of some sort. It doesn't pan out. The reason why people get sick during cold weather is because we huddle up with a bunch of sick people in, warmed up, heaters on sort of environments where everybody's clustered together, or big holiday events. Thanksgiving's a great transmitter of disease. It was never the cold weather. It was what we do in reaction to the cold weather. Dumb. I should have just said, spank me, mama. That was gross. It's not. She wasn't a gilf, frankly. When I lived in Utah, I got this look a lot. I don't think there's anything wrong with being cold until you're uncomfortable and then you go do something about it. There's nothing wrong with you. And especially if you're just going to be out on a short outing, why go through all the trouble? Do you not own other shoes? Who cares? Maybe you do. Maybe it didn't matter. Should have replied, you can still spank me if you want. Yeah, depending on no, because I would want Oz's approval, and she wasn't there to give it. So, germs do make you sick, yes, but germs can also linger in your system without infecting you, and then use opportunities like becoming very cold to actually infect you. I've heard some research that very cold weather can suppress certain people's immune systems, but I haven't seen enough evidence to prove that it is suppressed immune systems that cause people to get sick during cold weather. The fact is, most of us, especially in the US anyways, we never let ourselves get cold to the point where we're suppressing our immune systems. The levels that I saw in these studies, they don't reflect that. So does temperature affect our ability to fight off diseases? Not generally, not by the way we live, not by our standards that we have in the culture that we've got. What causes our sickness is huddling in warm environments during cold weather with a bunch of nasty, sick, not washing their hands, not wearing masks, sick people fucking it up for everybody else. It's other people's nastiness and their proximity to you that's getting you sick, not the outside weather. The germ has to be present. The stress event can be a cold weather experience. Yeah, just not really for us. Or an injury or another illness. Yeah, again, those are probably outlier experiences for the most part. It's almost exclusively the amount of warm huddling with other nasty ass flesh bags that gets us sick. Rumi's home. I'm probably gonna call stream anyways. So thanks, Tara, for all of your support. I don't think I could have beaten Abduction without you, honestly. I would have. I think I would have. I think Abduction is a game that I would have honestly beat on my own. It just would have taken so much longer. I would be, and I'd have to stop and actually document shit. I'd have to journal, I'd have to map, I'd have to write down all the things I've tried and give what I think was the answer, response to what I've done, and then try and retry things, revisit. It would have taken me a lot longer. And we got other shit to do this year. So I'm glad we saw the ending that we did. 2 endings, actually, by mistake, and got through this game. And we'll do Amazon, if I'm pronouncing it right, next Saturday. Recommendation that I hope will pan out. It looks like it's going to be a good one. Got some good reviews. So I'm excited to try something that's not made by Cyan and see how I like it. It also doesn't help that germs are more likely to survive in cold weather. I also did research on that too. And the fact is, when you're out in cold weather, your ability to, or I'm sorry, your reception of germs while you're out in the inclement weather is not, that's not really happening. So while cold can make certain germs survive longer, or be able to last on surfaces and everything, that sort of thing, again, the large majority, just demographically, we're not getting sick by being out there. You don't go out there and go, oh my God, there's like 20 times more cold viruses lingering, floating through the air, just waiting to enter my body. And I didn't properly defend myself. And now I'm getting sick because I wore a t-shirt and shorts during a snowstorm and all those cold viruses entered me. That is not how it's happening. It's just majority demographically throughout our country and probably around the world, wherever cold weather really happens during the winter, is you get inside with other people. because we do. We don't all want to hang out where it's cold, windy, blizzardy, snow falling, or sleet or whatever. It's uncomfortable, even in warm clothes. You just don't want to hang out there all the time. So you take off all that stuff and you get warm and you get around a bunch of other people and you all rebreathe each other's air. And that's how sickness spreads. Demographically, the vast majority of what's happening. So if you say other things can happen, sure, it's meaningless in my opinion. If you were to mitigate against shoving yourself against other meat bags during the winter, you would probably keep yourself from getting sick more than 9 times out of 10. The cold temps cause much better conditions for germs to survive as well. Not demographically meaningful. Spread, not survive on the second statement. Oh, yeah. Or you have a boyfriend that's frequently around other people. There you go. That's the big part of it. If you yourself are not a vector for contamination because you don't go out and connect with other people, but then somebody very near and dear to you shares your breath space and your airspace and your touch space, and they are around so many other people, that happens. Although there is something to be said that if you are surrounded by a lot of people perennially throughout the year, that winters tend to not affect you the same way. So I worked a job that I will not say the details of, that throughout the year, all year round, I was surrounded by people. They weren't all like touching me that close, but like I was rebreathing other people's.
You're my dad. Wookie, wookie, wookie.
This is about the time you take the tiny to potty. Yeah. It would be about now, and I'm close to wrapping up stream, so I don't mind doing it unless you're offering. Also, don't raid out to me because I'm getting close to ending right now. Yeah, but if you're around a lot of people like all year round, you develop a different sort of immunity, and being exposed to so many other people's pathogens all the time, shaking hands, breathing each other's air, that sort of thing. And then people start to get sick around you. The chances that you will get sick are going to be less. You could still very easily catch somebody's cold or flu or whatever from them being around you, but your immunity through exposure does get better. And this happened to me. In fact, they said when I was training for this job, they're like, hey, in the first 2 or 3 months, you might get sick. You're going to be around a lot of different germs all the time, and your body might not be ready. But it's not going to keep happening unless you have some sort of autoimmune deficiency or something like that. It's just not offering, just checking in because yeah, I'll make sure to take care of it. Yeah. Are there other reasons why cold and sick and germs connect in some way? Yes. They're just mythological as far as their impact. The people that say bundle up so that you don't get sick are wrong. The people that say probably don't go to that family get together because one of those kids was sniffling and coughing, and they're probably going to spread it to all the people in that family gathering. That would be the more accurate way to keep yourself safe. Or, just make sure that anybody who is under the weather and is going to be joining some sort of socialization event during the cold weather times, and they're going to be in warm, closed environments with a bunch of other people, that they mitigate it. They wash their hands, they mask up, they distance themselves from other people, and they keep themselves away from being a vector of sickness to everybody else. Don't swallow your pride and say, well, I want to hug you anyways, or give me a kiss. That doesn't matter. I eat 6 eggs a day and I can stave off any sickness. I take ivermectin. Who cares? Don't be proud. If somebody's sick around you, just let them be sick and keep your distance from them. And you could waltz out into the cold wearing, I don't know, linen undies and sandals in the snowstorm. And you're not just going to randomly get the cold or get a flu. All right. I'm going to call it. I thought maybe I'd play like some sort of interim game to sort of spread time. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, sorry, Sigma. I totally, my chat's not working. So I didn't see your chat until just now. I chloroformed my grandma to watch the stream on the big screen. Hell yeah. Wait, why aren't you watching on the big? Why are you watching vertical then? You're watching the vertical stream, aren't you, right now? Watch it on the big screen. I streamed twice to the platform you're watching on me right now. Once horizontal and once vertical. If you caught the vertical stream, you can search my name. You can find the horizontal stream. But I'm also ending stream right now. Really needed your motivation in 4K. I don't even stream in 4K, though. I stream in 1080p until I can get a better computer. We'll get there. Well, if you could send some chloroform my way, I have a need. Thanks for popping in. All right, I'm gonna go take the tiny to go use the potty, and then I'm gonna get a little extra sleep tonight than I usually do on Saturday. For those of you that are not on the purple platform and are going to join me on a raid, we're saying goodnight to you now, everybody else. So, if you are safe, fed, and loved, make sure someone out there is too, please. And I'll see you all next Friday for more In Stars in Time. I have no idea how long that game's going to last. Don't tell me. I'm comfortable being in the ambiguity. But it's been interesting. If you don't want to be spoiled because you don't really know anything about the game, but you'd like to pop in on next Friday's stream, which starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, go watch everything on my playlist called Games Like Mother, I think is what it's called. Games Like Mother / Earthbound. And catch up because it's a good game. The story has been mysterious in a good way. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody else. If you're hanging out on the purple platform, hang tight. Just one sec. Always say good night to everybody else. Bye.